1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Get a big round of applause for the dancing line judge. Give him a round of applause out there, folks.
Great moments are born from great opportunity.
Your Rich Rebels take the gridiron, ready to represent their community, their family, and their school once again.
One half a step too late or too early, and you don't quite make it. 1/2 second too slow, too fast, you don't quite catch it. The inches we need are everywhere around us.
Does not matter where, rain or shine, snow or wind, the Rebels come to play. They come to conquer, and they come to remind their opponent who the Rebels are.
No, I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night!
Another chapter of Rich Football starts now. Rebel Football is brought to you by Evanston Regional Hospital, Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley, the Come On in Casper, Plains Tire, Hoover Chiropractic, the Best Western Dunmar Inn and Legal Tender, Freeway Tire, Auto Farm Chevrolet, Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau. Now, here is the voice of the Rebels, Matthew Peterson.
Good evening, Rebel fans, and welcome to Rich Rebel Football on KADQ and MyLocalRadio.com. Tonight we are in Kanab, Utah, where the Rebels will face off against the Cowboys, the 1-0 Kanab Cowboys. It's a beautiful but a very hot day here in southern Utah. We're approaching about 100 degrees. It's toasting, I can't lie to you. We got a hot day here in Kanab with the kickoff about 100 degrees, like I mentioned, so we are ready for a sweltering evening of football, which will be going in about 40 minutes from now. Our pregame show is presented by Auto Farm Chevrolet, serving Rich County customers for generations. We'll hear from them and then set the scene for today's game of Rich Rebel Football on KADQ FM 98.3 and live video online at MyLocalRadio.com.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Good evening. Welcome back to Kanab, Utah for the Rebels game. What a beautiful but hot evening here as the Rich Rebels get set to take on the Cowboys. It's time for our scene set. We're on the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show, and the scene set tonight is brought to you by J-Bar Excavation. J-Bar has the team, the tools, and the experience for your excavation project. That's J-Bar Excavation. The Rich Rebels tonight are the visiting team. They traveled about 6 hours on the bus, left at around 6 a.m., Coach Grohl told me, so we'll cover them first. They enter tonight with no wins, no losses to the name. Meanwhile, the Kanab Cowboys are 1-0 after thumping the Monticello Buckaroos 70-0 a week ago tonight. And the Rebels are entering tonight on a 9-game losing streak. That goes back to last season where they were winless in 2019. Meanwhile, as for Kanab, they themselves are a bit of a hotter team. They have been playing some good football. Like I mentioned, they won 70-0, and they host their second straight home game. They posted 36 first quarter points thanks to offense, defense, and special teams last week. They got started with a safety. They had a pick six and a 90-plus yard touchdown run, so all three phases of the game getting it done. Rich, meanwhile, looks to rebound from a disappointing campaign last season, but a new season, that means new opportunities for Coach Grohl and company. We've got a lot of great things coming to you, and we'll have kickoff at 7 p.m. here Mountain Time in Kanab, Utah. You're tuned into the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show, and this is the J-Bar Excavation Scene Set. The last time these two teams met, it was not a pretty one. Historically, especially, the Rebels are going to be playing for the 15th time against Kanab, and the last time they played, it was the worst loss against the Cowboys in program history. They lost 40-0 a season ago. That's the worst defeat Rich has had against the Cowboys in program history, so they look to rebound from that. It's really a season of revenge and redemption from Rich. With every team they play, they were winless, like I mentioned, so every game's a revenge game for Rich. And we got a lot more information coming to you. We'll talk about these two teams on the Laketown Ledger. That's about 15, well, not too long from now. We'll get there. And we'll tell you more about that coming up on the Laketown Ledger just before kickoff here on the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show. This has been your scene set brought to you by J-Bar Excavation, the team, the tools, and the experience for your excavation project. We are about 35 minutes now away from kickoff, and it's time to catch up with former Rebel now on the Mound Valley Cattle Company's Where Are They Now? That's just after the break here on the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show. Rich Rebel Football on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Whether you're looking for gravel, sand, topsoil, rock, or other materials for your excavation or landscaping project, trust the experienced, knowledgeable team at J-Bar Excavation, specializing in sale and delivery of the materials you need to finish your project. J-Bar Excavation in Randolph, Utah has the team, the tools, and the plan to help you create exactly what you're looking for. J-Bar does quality work that fits your schedule and your budget. Call J-Bar Excavation today, 435-793-5855.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
We welcome you back here to the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show as the Rich Rebels look to begin their football season in Kanab against the Cowboys. But before we get to the action, it is our Where Are They Now segment. And it's the Auto Farm pregame show, and the Rebels are in Kanab, and we'll get going in about 35 minutes. And now we are ready for our Where Are They Now here on the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show. It is brought to you by Mound Valley Cattle Company. That's a tongue twister. Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. We'll be right back here. We've got a great interview coming your way with Michaela Williamson here on the broadcast of Mound Valley Cattle Company. Where Are They Now on the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show.
Whether you're looking for gravel, sand...
We'll get that to you shortly here. It's, like I mentioned, if you're just joining us down in Kanab, a hot day. And we'll have our Where Are They Now? I spoke with Michaela Williamson. She's the daughter of Brandy Mills. So if you're a part of that great 4-H program, which has had a fantastic and a wonderful county fair, you would know that Brandy's been a huge help for just about everything that is done at the 4-H program. And her daughter, Michaela Williamson, offered me about 10 minutes of her time, and we had a great conversation with her. And we'll just get a moment. We got some technical difficulties here. And we'll get that sorted underway here. It is the Rich Rebels' first game, and we'll go over what they did a little bit last time these two teams met, and we'll talk about that in the Lake Town Ledger. But like I said earlier, it was a 40-0 defeat. And in our first broadcast here today, anything that can go wrong has gone wrong. So we're definitely dealing with everything being thrown at us. But I want to give a huge thank you to Elon Olive and the rest of the My Local Radio sports crew for helping us along the way here. And we are closing in on 30 minutes till kickoff. I'm Matthew Peterson. Happy to have you along with me here in Kanab, Utah for the Rebels football game. And let's see if it works now.
Success doesn't come by accident. Success requires hard work, perseverance, learning, sacrifice, and believing in yourself. Eddie and Todd Jensen established the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho on these very principles. The students, staff, athletes, and coaches at Rich High School value these same fundamentals in education and activities, in athletics, and in life. Good luck, Rebels, from Mound Valley Cattle Company, serving customers in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming since 1997.
Today on the Mound Valley Cattle Company of Thatcher, Idaho, it's the presentation of Where Are They Now? We are talking with Michaela Williamson, and here is Michaela on Where Are They Now?
Perfect. Okay. So I am here with Michaela Williamson on Where Are They Now? For the Rich Rebels High pregame show. And so, Michaela, the name's in the question, where are you now?
Now I am currently living in Thatcher, Utah, which is just west of Tremont, Utah, which isn't very far from Rich County. I travel down there quite frequently to see my family. Yeah, that's kind of where I am right now.
And can you tell me a little bit about what you're doing now?
Yeah, so I work for a company called Serenoni Luxury Blankets, and I am the office and business administrator and business manager. So I do a lot of the office work there. I'm also currently married, and I just had a baby about a month and a half ago. So a first baby girl. Yeah, so I'm just still working and doing the new mom life.
Well, congratulations on your baby girl. What's her name?
Her name is Emberly.
Oh, that's a beautiful name. And when did you graduate from Rich?
I graduated in 2014, so about 6 years ago.
And looking back at it, can you tell me about what you were involved in while you were at Rich?
Yeah, so I was a cheerleader all 4 years of high school. I was also on the track team all 4 years of high school. My senior year, I was the senior class president. So I was involved in quite a bit of stuff. I loved being on the cheer team, and I loved doing track. While I was in high school, the girls' track team was really good all 4 years. So it was fun to be on both the cheerleading team and the track team.
You really did it all. If you could go back, would there be something you'd like to add to your already pretty full plate?
I mean, I was never super great at volleyball, but I would have loved to do volleyball. I mean, you couldn't be a cheerleader and volleyball, but our volleyball team has always done great every year, so it would have been fun. I love to be athletic and stuff, but I had a great time on the cheer team. It was a great 4 years cheering.
And I know that the musical is a big part of Rich High. Were you involved in that while you were there?
I was never involved in the musical. I never really did any kind of musical growing up or singing or anything, so I was never involved in that, but always went and supported all my friends. I usually went to every show every night. I had, musicals, almost everybody's involved in that, but I just was a supporter. I was a cheerleader again.
Yeah, you definitely had a lot going on, so understandable. You mentioned that you were the class president, is that right?
Yep, senior class president. Mm-hmm.
So what was that like?
It was a lot of fun. I had some great people in the office with me, and then our student body president and everybody in the student body at the time was great too. We were involved and in charge of a lot of the senior activities throughout the year, and then I'm in charge of the senior our 10-year reunion. That's not for another 4 years, but I'll be in charge of that coming up in 4 years. But yeah, we were in charge of all senior activities. We had a lot of fun. I had some great like I said earlier, some great people that helped me out while I was in EC.
Yeah, it sounds like a fantastic time. And I worked with your mom, Brandy Mills, recently. She's a huge 4-H person. Were you involved in that as well?
I was. Yep, I did every year 4-H. I showed 4-H lambs, and then I also put in a bunch of projects into all the into the booth at the 4-H at the fair every year. So I was heavily involved in that every summer, which was a lot of fun. We did activities all throughout school as well, but mostly summer was the biggest activities in 4-H.
And what kind of animals did you raise or show, and did you have a favorite?
Yeah, so I just showed sheep. I showed that every year, then I didn't show any other animal or any other livestock. It's just the sheep, and that was a lot of fun. I definitely like doing showmanship more than showing the animal itself. Showmanship is a lot of you and your animal rather than just the animal. So that was a lot of fun to work with my lamb and be able to show the judge what I've worked all summer for.
I'm here with Michaela Williamson, class of 2014 from the Rich High Rebels, on Where Are They Now? Can you tell me how Rich has prepared you for what you do now, and of course being a mother as well?
Yeah, for sure. Rich High School has some great teachers. Some of my favorites are Miss Meir, of course. She was one of my absolute favorite teachers in high school. I also love Mr. Larson. He taught a couple business classes up there. My senior year, I took some business classes from him, and those really opened my eyes to the business world, and that's kind of why I pursued my degree in business administration and also business management. And so that's why I eventually then went into work as in the administrative world. So those two teachers, and along with the rest of the Rich High faculty, it's small schools, so you have personal relationships with the teachers, and they really push you to go towards your goals, and to do what you want to do, and try to figure out, do you want to go to college, do you want to do it trade school, just different things like that. So it was really fun to be able to go to Rich High School and get that opportunity to have that close-knit relationships with those teachers.
Absolutely. Well, Michaela, thank you so much for your time today. Is there anything you want to say right now?
Just, all those Rich High School kids this year, have a fun year. I know it's going to be a tough year with all the new changes, but still have fun and make the best of it. Rich is a great place to go to. Love those teachers because they work really hard for you.
Well, thank you so much. That is Michaela Williamson here on the Where Are They Now, brought to you by Mound Valley Cattle Company. We'll be right back here on the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show.
Once again, I want to extend a huge thank you and appreciation to Michaela Williamson for hopping on the Where Are They Now. We want to appreciate her for all the time she gave us and for joining us on the Mound Valley Cattle Company of Thatcher, Idaho's presentation of Where Are They Now. When we return on the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show, we'll visit the coaches of today's teams on the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital's Coaches Show. This is Rich Rebel Football on K80Q FM 98.3 with live streaming at mylocalradio.com.
We take your fun very seriously. That's why we put so much emphasis on training and experience with our mechanics at Cash Honda Yamaha. Whether you're getting it ready for an upcoming season, putting it away for the winter, having routine maintenance, or have a mechanical problem, we want to make sure that when you're ready to have fun with it, it's ready for you. Don't trust your fun to just anyone. Make sure you bring all your service work to Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley. As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Check the weather forecast or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
Welcome back to the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital Coaches Show. No one sees the game like the coaches do, so we were going to take a minute with the Kanab head coach, that's J.R. Kornberg. Unfortunately, the JV game ran a little late beforehand, and we couldn't grab him for a minute, but after that, we will talk with the Rebel head coach, Justin Grohl, and find out what his team needs to do to win today. So we'll have all that when we come back from this message from Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Count on us to care here on this broadcast of Rebel Football on Rebel Radio with live streaming video at mylocalradio.com.
Some decisions in life have a critical and lasting impact. For example, choices concerning your health care. You want a hospital that consistently offers high-quality care and service. For Bear Lake area residents and visitors, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital has been providing optimum health care to our community for more than 70 years. And Bear Lake Memorial has been recognized again this year as a top 20 hospital in best practices for quality. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care.
At Ellingford Brothers, we're known for an excellent steel shop and quality cement. We also provide other products all year round. Sand and different sizes of gravel for road base and landscaping in the summer and fall. Traction in the winter and mud control in the spring. Bark for landscaping in the summer and winterization in the fall. And topsoil. Spring, summer, and fall. Prices are always honest. Pickup or delivery. Ellingford Brothers, your year-round source for so many things. Stop in today at 221 County Road in Evanston.
Welcome back to the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show, and during this time we talked to the voice of the Cowboys head coach J.R. Kornberg, but like I mentioned, unfortunately that JV game before today's matchup ran a little behind, so we were unable to do so. However, I was able to speak with him earlier this week, and I can tell you it's his first year, so if you're a little confused why you don't see Bucky Orton out there for Kanab, Kornberg brought in for his first season this year. He's 1-0 now, officially as a head coach. He also dabbles in the wrestling team here in Kanab. But this is a team that you watch the film of their first game against Monticello. They're a fast team, and what they do best of all is they don't let you get away with mistakes. They're going to capitalize on every mistake you made. Opening series for Monticello, that resulted in a safety. And what did Kanab do? They didn't just score a touchdown on their next offensive possession. They returned the kickoff. They did that twice. They had two kickoff returns, one after a safety and then one after a half. But this Kanab team really makes you pay for your mistakes. 2 interceptions, one by their quarterback, Derek Houston. He's also one of their safeties, and he's an athletic player that can fly across the field. So for the Rich Rebels, I'm sure what they're looking at right now is ways they can reduce their footprint in this game and just kind of be a little thorn along the game and make their move later on in the game, because this Kanab team wants to punch you in the mouth early and then run away with the game after that like they did in Week 1. I did, however, get the chance to speak with Justin Grohl. He's the head coach of the Rich Rebels, so We'll get him on for a minute, but you are tuned into the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital Coaches Show. We want to thank Bear Lake for being such a fantastic sponsor of ours. They've been so helpful, and they've been such a proud sponsor, and we're really happy to have them along for this season of Rebel football. Coming up on the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show, we'll visit with Rebel head coach Justin Grohl. This is Rich Rebel Football on Rebel Radio and mylocalradio.com.
No matter what you need to have printed, Westar Printing is the place you want to have it done. Calendars, letterhead, envelopes, brochures, books, posters, vinyl banners, business forms, announcements, wedding invitations, and business cards are just a few examples. You can also have your favorite family photos printed on canvas or placed into a personalized family photo calendar. You will want to do business with Westar Printing. Stop in today. Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
Welcome back to the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show here on Rebel Radio. I'm Matthew Peterson, and we are in the middle right now. We'll have our pre-recorded interview with Coach Grohl coming up in a minute as both teams are warming up. You see the Rebels, they just jogged from the school. They just finished up a JV game. They fell a little short, but it was 6-6 at halftime, and then Kanab pulled away with it. We got a lot of great coverage coming your way for the first Rebel football game of the season. I'm Matthew Peterson. Happy you joined me on a hot Friday afternoon in Kanab, Utah. The Rebels and the Cowboys will get underway about 5 minutes after scheduled kickoff at 7 p.m. due to that JV game beforehand, filling up all of their allotted time. We'll have more to come here on the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital Coaches Show. We'll speak with Justin Grohl, and he'll tell us about what the Rebels need to do to win a game, to win today's game. We'll get that back to you after the break. You're listening here to the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show with the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital Coaches Show. I'm Matthew Peterson. We'll be right back.
Some decisions in life have a critical and lasting impact. For example, choices concerning your health care. You want a hospital that consistently offers high-quality care and service. For Bear Lake area residents and visitors, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital has been providing optimum health care to our community for more than 70 years. And Bear Lake Memorial has been recognized again this year as a top 20 hospital in best practices for quality. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care.
Two roads diverged in a wood, and I had just purchased new tires at Plains Tire in Evanston. The trained tire technicians at Plains Tire expertly mounted, balanced, and aligned my new tires, so I was feeling good. While I was there, they changed my oil, checked my brakes, fixed my AC, and made sure my shocks were in tip-top shape. And with their lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations, I was ready to roll. So, thanks to Plains Tire, when two roads diverged in a wood, I took the one less traveled. Plains Tire, 157 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
I'm here with the Rich Rebels football head coach, Justin Grohl. Coach, I saw that players got their uniforms today. Are the goosebumps in yet?
I think that they're starting to figure out, hey, we've got a game, it hasn't hit them, but I think that now this week's going, I think, oh, yeah. And it kind of helped that everybody else we're kind of a week behind. We didn't do the endowment game, and them watching these endowment games and stuff, I think that they're ready.
You talked about being a week behind. From a coaching perspective, talk about maybe the advantages and disadvantage of your opponent already having one game under their belt.
Well, so if you had another game under our belt, we could get a few more kinks and say, okay, this didn't work. We might have to move one person here or there, and kind of get those done and get them ready. So there are some advantages like that. My biggest disadvantage is don't have the numbers. This is probably we've got 33 out right now, and this is the biggest I've had since I started coaching. And so it's been hard for us to stay healthy the whole year, and that's our biggest disadvantage. So that's why we kind of kept it so we didn't. But that keeps us, and that, like I said, that throws us to where we haven't got those kinks. We're going to start out and have a few stupid things happen probably, and the team you're facing has already done that and had them worked out. So that's kind of going to put us right behind the 8 ball right to begin with.
You mentioned the team you're facing, Kanab. They went out and played well last Friday. They won 70-0. What takeaways have you noticed from their game, and what's kind of the game plan going into this week?
They're a good team. They're a great team. They got a lot of kids. They're big. They're fast, and we're gonna have to come to play. I think that we'll be able to stack up a little bit better against them. Just by these kids have had a lot of experience. Some of them have played for 3 years and 3 years, and so a lot of them got early experience at varsity level. So we will have that experience. I hope that will carry over. But we're going to have some kinks. We're going to have some things to work through because there's a few people that are, you have 11 guys out there trying to work together, and one person messes up, and it throws some kinks into things. So we just got to make sure that we're crisp and get ready there.
Coach, the elephant in the room is the uncertainty and the unknown going into this year. Can you talk a little bit about how that's worked with the team mentally?
It kind of hurt us to begin with because but the whole state was that way where we wasn't able to start lifting until middle of June, but we took off. Our kids jumped right in and then the summer, with them, I've had more kids into the weight room, more things, and they really grabbed at it and they'd run with it, so they did really well there. What's going to happen in the future, we have no idea. They could come back and say, you're not playing tomorrow. Prime example was Bingham. They had 3 kids get it, and they shut the whole game off. They just said, we're done. So we just have to take 1 week at a time, day by day, and focus on what we can control and not what everything else is controlling us.
Has it hit home with the team of not only the unique situation, but in a lot of ways a much better situation for so many other states that just flat off, from the bat are not playing this fall, but you guys have an opportunity, hopefully to get started?
Yeah, these kids, it's been really good because they saw what can be taken away from them in an instant, and so they're really wanting to try a little bit and say, you know what, this could be taken away at any time, and I've got to live for the now instead of thinking, I'm getting kind of complacent in that. So,
final question, Coach, I'll let you go. Has anyone kind of jumped out to you over the last couple of weeks and days of practice and, surprised you?
Not really. I expected a lot, and I told these kids out there I expect a lot, and they've played for quite a while, and basically I'm excited, and they're excited. I'm excited to see what they'll do now. That they've got a little bit bigger, stronger, But I was thinking this would happen. We've watched them and we've kind of prepped them, and like these kids know, we're going to play the best 11 at all times, whether that's a freshman or whether that's a senior or anybody in between. And so they have to work a little bit harder to keep. If they want to be out there and play, they got to get out and compete and work hard. So that's what we're shooting for.
Well, thank you for the time, Coach, and good luck this Friday at Kanab.
Thank you.
Come right back into the football program.
Thank you so much, Coach Grohl. This has been the Coaches Show, brought to you by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital. Count on us to care. Thank you so much, Bear Lake, for being a great sponsor of ours, and we are approaching kickoff, roughly 15 minutes away. It's crunch time, people. You're tuned in to the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show, proudly serving rich residents for generations. When we return, we'll have the Lake Town Ledger, the Town and Country Realty Green Scene, the Epic Recreation Keys to the Game, and the Lutz Construction starting lineups here on K80Q, the Wildlife, and MyLocalRadio.com.
Whatever takes you to Evanston, whether it's high school sports, a teaching conference, music festivals, speech and debate, or your job, always book your hotel reservations at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. With 165 ground-level rooms on 10 acres, the Best Western offers everything you need, including newly renovated rooms, a business office, workout room, outdoor pool, and full-service restaurant, plus complimentary breakfast with every stay. Whenever you're in Evanston, make your hotel reservations with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn.
When you think about Bear Lake, think family, fun, fishing, beaches, boats, green, and great food. Think water, wildlife, trails, and shapes, snow, scenery, and sun. Think summer. Go to bearlake.org and plan your visit today. Visit Scenic Idaho.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics on MyLocalRadio.com is brought to you by these Rebel Sports Boosters, LSR Refrigerated, and the Wallentines in Garden City. Darren, Tricia, and the entire Wallentine clan wish the Rebels good luck. And by Cat Answer Technical Services, proudly supporting the Rich Rebels. The staff at Cat Answer Technical Services wish the Rebels good luck on the field, on the court, in the classroom,
If you get it wrong, you can always just paste over something. If you get it wrong, you can always just paste over somewhere. Good evening and welcome back to Rich Rebel Football. Tonight we are here in Kanab, Utah. We are about, looking at the scoreboard, 12 minutes away from kickoff. We're very excited for tonight's game. We've got a great matchup between the Rebels and the Cowboys. You've been tuned into the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show. Auto Farm Chevrolet has proudly been serving Rich County residents for generations. We've got the Lake Town Ledger, the Town and Country Realty Green Scene, the Epic Recreation Keys to the Game, the Old Chicago Pizza pregame slice, and the Lutz Construction starting lineups coming up. First, we're going to run through what's going on here in two-way football, and then we'll go to all that great stuff in just a moment. You're with us here on mylocalradio.com, K80Q 98.3 FM. 10 minutes away from kickoff between the Rebels and the Cowboys.
The best live coverage of local sports, weather, local news, and radio classifieds. Plus job listings, fun giveaways, and more. It's all on mylocalradio.com. Watch live as your high school teams clash with their biggest rivals. Listen to the latest from your team's coaches, catch up on local and regional news, and get accurate weather conditions and forecasts. Visit mylocalradio.com, like us on Facebook, and stream it all now.
Super kids deserve super care. Experience the difference with board-certified pediatricians Alan Brown, MD, and Bird Gilmartin, MD, at Uinta Medical Group. Whether it's tracking your child's overall health at Well Child Checks or helping your little ones feel better when they're sick, Dr. Brown and Dr. Gilmartin are here to help your child grow, learn, and thrive. Schedule an appointment with Dr. Brown or Dr. Gilmartin by calling 307-789-WELL 9355 or visit evanstonanytime.com.
As you can see, we're just moments away from kickoff here. Both sides getting their last words in with their coaches. About 8 minutes to go. That brings us to our Lake Town Ledger. Brought to you by the Town of Lake Town. Good luck, Rebels, from the mayor and town council at the Town of Lake Town. Let's talk about these two teams' history. It's kind of a bad girlfriend right now for the Rebels. They meet for the 15th time, and Coach Grohl's first coaching win came against the Cowboys back in Week 6, 2018. It was a 28-14 victory. However, the last season, the Cowboys bested the Rebels 40-0. It was the worst loss against Kanab in Rebel program history. Kanab has also had Rich's number in the playoffs. They have eliminated Rich 5 times in their history. And that was your Lake Town Ledger. That's our history between these two sides, and we're going to get here to our Town and Country Realty Green Scene. And it is not a 52-degree day. It is a hot day here at the Green Scene. We're closing in on it could be close to 100 degrees. And nearly when we arrived, you're my producer, Elon Olive, we got out of the car. It was a little chilly from our 6-hour drive leaving Evanston, Wyoming this morning. And we got out of the car on the sun. It was close to 100 degrees, and it was roasting and toasting. You could put some eggs on the sidewalk and have them sunny side up within a few minutes. So a hot day here in Kanab, and that is our Town and Country Realty green scene at Kanab High School. It's just the southern tip of Utah, right on the Arizona border. A really beautiful part of the country. We look out and we see some great red rocks, mountains and all. A fantastic Friday night light scene. Let's move into our Epic Recreation keys to the game, and make sure to always go to Epic Recreation, 435-946-EPIC. And our 3 keys to the game here. Positive first downs. And what that means is this is a Cowboys football team that when they get the ball, they're not going to bleed a lot of clock off the field. They're going to score quickly if they want to. So hold on to possession. You got to have positive first downs. Don't shoot yourself in the foot and put yourself in a tough second down position to make third down even worse. Get some positive yards on that first down play to set yourself up and just chip away. When you're playing a strong and fast team like Kanab, you can't expect to run away with the game in just one play. Chip away at their defense and keep that offense off the field, which feeds into our second key of the game. It's maintain possession. They really got to maintain the possession here. They cannot afford to give the ball over. You look back at Monticello a week ago. They had a safety on the 4th play of the game. And after that, a couple of interceptions, including a pick 6, and a lot of points were put up on the board, 36 in the first quarter alone, without even having the Cowboy offense on the field. So maintain possession. Don't give any free handouts, which brings us to our final key of the game. It's special teams. Like I mentioned, Monticello gave up a safety and a pick 6, a safety, 2 kick returns for touchdowns. Do the math, that's 16 points just given away because of special teams. So for the Rich Rebels to really hang in this one against a tough opponent on the road like Kanab, special teams. Don't try and do too much. Just break even on special teams and trust your offense and defense to do their job. We're just a few moments away. We'll have our Lutz Construction starting lineups when we return. You're listening to football on Rebel Radio and live stream coverage online at mylocalradio.com. And we are just a few moments away, like I mentioned. We appreciate you for tuning into the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show. And that green scene is brought to you by Pam Corney with Town & Country Realty, selling Bear Lake in Utah and Idaho. That's the Town & Country Realty, 435-779-0012 with Pam Cornea. That was our green scene and our Epic Recreation keys to the game. And that was brought to you by Epic Recreation. Visit epicrecreation.net or on Facebook for all of your rentals in Bear Lake. The Rebels will kick off. Well, we have not our coin toss yet. We'll wait for that. We'll get our Epic Recreation. We'll get our Old Chicago Pizza pregame slice, and then our Let's Con starting lineups. And as both sides get ready here, we'll be taking a short break, but when we come back, we'll have our captain's meeting, and then it's kickoff here in Kanab for the Rebels and the Cowboys.
Some decisions in life have a critical and lasting impact. For example, choices concerning your health care. You want a hospital that consistently offers high-quality care and service. For Bear Lake area residents and visitors, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital has been providing optimum health care to our community for more than 70 years. And Bear Lake Memorial has been recognized again this year as a top 20 hospital in best practices for quality. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital in Montpelier, Idaho. Count on us to care.
2 roads diverged in a wood, and I had just purchased new tires at Plains Tire in Evanston. The trained tire technicians at Plains Tire expertly mounted, balanced, and aligned my new tires, so I was feeling good. While I was there, they changed my oil, checked my brakes, fixed my AC, and made sure my shocks were in tip-top shape. And with their lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations, I was ready to roll. So, thanks to Plains Tire, when 2 roads diverged in a wood, I took the one less traveled. Plains Tire, 157 Fair River Drive, Evanston.
Both sides getting ready for kickoff here in Kanab. I'm Matthew Peterson on Rebel Radio, KADQ 98.3, or if you're watching online at My Local Radio. Either way, we appreciate you making Rebel football a part of your Friday night. As our captains get ready, I want to thank my cameraman and producer, Elon Olive, for all of his help today, along with the wonderful staff back at My Local Radio. And most importantly, to the great community of Rich. It is my first season here with the Rebels. I'm very excited for what I have in store, and I just want to appreciate all the warm welcoming and messages I got even this morning before I even woke up to head out here. I really appreciate everyone helping me out in the adjustment here to Rich Rebel football. And our coaches are two captains on the field. For Kanab, you see is their running back and linebacker, number 15, Michael Warino. And can't tell who he's making face with. That looks like the quarterback for Rich, Riley Carrillo. Riley Carrillo, a junior, started as a sophomore last year. He's got a year of experience at the varsity level under his belt as he looks to go into year 2 and looks to improve on last season. You got the scoreboard if you're watching online. That's the Station on Main scoreboard. And it reads 2 minutes and 23 seconds and counting until we get kickoff here in Kanab. And that was Colton Johnson, actually, the captain for. The 7 looked like a 2 from up here in the booth. So Colton Johnson, the senior offensive lineman. And for Kanab, it was Michael Warino. Both sides getting their last moments here, and then we're going to have a national anthem, and we'll get going. We'll be right back here on the Auto Farm Chevrolet pregame show.
The best live coverage of local sports, weather, local news, and radio classifieds. Plus job listings, fun giveaways, and more. It's on mylocalradio.com. Watch live as your high school teams clash with their biggest rivals. Listen to the latest from your team's coaches, catch up on local and regional news, and get accurate weather conditions and forecasts. Visit mylocalradio.com, like us on Facebook, and stream it all now.
Super kids deserve super care. Experience the difference with board-certified pediatricians Alan Brown, MD, and Berg Gilmartin, MD. At Uinta Medical Group, whether it's tracking your child's overall health at Well Child Check or helping your little ones feel better when they're sick, Dr. Brown and Dr. Gilmartin are here to help your child grow, learn, and thrive. Schedule an appointment with Dr. Brown or Dr. Gilmartin by calling 307-789-WELL 9355 or visit evanstonanytime.com.
And the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Ladies and gentlemen, give them a big round of applause.
And it is almost football time here for Rich Rebels, the 2020 season. We want to thank all of our sponsors in the pregame show. That was brought to you by Auto Farm Chevrolet, our scene set by J-Bar Excavation, Where Are They Now by Mound Valley Cattle Company, the Coaches Show by Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, our green scene with Town & Country Realty by Pam Cornea, Lake Town Ledger by the Town of Lake Town, and our keys of the game by Epic Recreation. And we'll get into our starting lineups, which is brought to you by Lutz Construction as we enter the Crawford Trough first quarter of football here for the Rich Rebels of the 2020 season. And the Rebels will kick off, which means Derek Houston and company for the Cowboys will receive. Deep for the Cowboys
Back to receive for your Cowboys.
is
Number
Carson
1,
Bloomquist and Noah McCorvey.
And number 21, Travis Stewart.
Travis Stewart alongside him back there too.
Number 10, Hunter Pace to kick.
And
for the
kicking
Rebels.
off for the Rebels, it is Hunter Pace. And we are about to get ready. Rich Rebel football restarts now. And it's a short kick. It'll be fielded at about the 15-yard line, picked up by McCorvey. He'll be running up the middle. He looks to break out to the outside, where he faces a line of Rebels and gets taken down to the 35-yard line. So Derek Houston will come out for
Logan Marbrook.
the Cowboys, and we'll get underway here in Kanab, Utah, between the Rebels and the Cowboys. Houston, the senior quarterback. Last week he went 2 for 2 with 36 yards and a touchdown. They really did a lot of their damage on the ground. As for the Rebel defense, they look to improve on last season. Houston breaks the huddle. He'll be in shotgun. 2 receivers on the far side, 1 on the near side. He's got a running back on his hip. That's Bloomquist. And Houston takes the snap and hands it off to Bloomquist. He looks to bounce it outside. He cuts up the middle, makes one defender miss. Now he's crossing the 45 to the 50. First down and more. And Bloomquist is taken down at the Rebel 58-yard line by Hayden Meek. A potential touchdown-saving tackle by Meek, and a big gain for Bloomquist on first down.
Ball will be spotted at the 47-yard line, and that's where your Cowboys
So
will
a
take over.
15-yard, 16-yard gain for Bloomquist on the first play of the game. Houston under center this time, two running backs in the backfield, and he's got a receiver on the far side, and he'll hold and give it back to Bloomquist, who goes up the middle, and he's got room. Across the 40 to 30, 35, 20, 10, 5, touchdown Cowboys. Kanab snap strikes in 2 plays, and they lead 6-0 thanks to a 45-yard rush by Carson Bloomquist. Bloomquist took his hand off and bounced it to the outside, and all he saw was green grass ahead of him. It's a Kanab touchdown, and they lead 6-0 with a PAT pending. And they're going to, nope, they'll not opt to go for 2. The kicker is Saxton Unsworth. He went 9 for 10 last week in their home opener against Monticello.
Bracken McClippy to hold for number 80, Saxton Unsworth, points after.
So here is Saxton Unsworth, and the kick is up, and it is good. 7-0 Kanab here in our Crawford Trough first quarter on the Station on Main scoreboard. And the Rich Rebels not the start they envisioned. Coach Grohl having a word with his team. 2 plays, and they drove down the field 65 yards. For Coach Grohl, it's not what they wanted to see out of your defense to begin the game. And here in Utah, we'll have extended breaks due to COVID-19 protocols that require extensive water breaks and each player to get their own water bottle, or at least something like that. Both sides talking it over here on the Crawford Trough first quarter. It is 7-0 Kanab here at the Station on Main with 11:04 to go in the first quarter. As for Coach J.R. Kornberg, the head coach of Kanab in his first season, and can't really picture a better start than this for him. As we get ready to restart the game, 7-0 Kanab with 11:04 to go here on the Station on Main scoreboard in the Crawford Trough first quarter of action. And kicking it off is Saxton Unsworth. Back to receive for the Rebels. It is going to be Connor Greer, deep for the Rebels. Unsworth ready to get the kick underway. 7-0 Kanab after a 2-play first drive, 65 yards, which was polished off by a Carson Bloomquist 35-yard touchdown run. And Unsworth to restart the game. A booming kick, fielded at the 10-yard line and bobbled for a moment there by Trey Walker. Walker able to corral it, though. Cuts up to the 20 and is taken down at the 22-yard line. That's where junior quarterback Riley Carrillo will set up shop for the Rebels at his own 22-yard line. Station on main scoreboard tells us 10:57 to go in the Crawford Trough first quarter of action, 7-0 Kanab. Carrillo will start his first series under center. 2 receivers on the far side, 2 on the near side, a back in the backfield. Takes a handoff and he hands it off right up the middle to Max Perry, and he falls forward for about a gain of 5. Jaden Rowe, I beg your pardon, gets a handoff from Carrillo. So a 5-yard gain. Rebels pick up a good chunk of yards on first down. That was one of our Epic Recreation keys to the game, is positive first downs and keep that Kanab offense on the sideline. Carrillo in shotgun. 3 receivers on the far side, 1 on the near side. Rowe on his hip, and he'll hand it off once again. And Rowe able to make 1 defender miss, but can't make the rest of the squad miss. And he'll gain about 2 yards. That brings up 3rd and short, about 3rd and 2.
He'll hand off to number 21, Jaden Rowe.
3rd and 2 for the Rebels at their own 31-yard line. They trail 7-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard in the Crawford Trough first quarter of action, I beg your pardon, with under 10 minutes to go. Carrillo will line up in shotgun. 3 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side. He's got Rowe on his hip once again. Takes the snap. Rolling, he's got pressure, rolling out to the right, looking for that corner. He'll take it, and he'll get taken down for what looks like to be a loss. He's not going to pick up the first down. And on 3rd and 2, they'll mark him down. He'll lose a yard. Carrillo goes back 1, and that brings up 4th and 3. And Coach Justin Grohl looks like he's going to keep the offense on the field. They're at their own 30-yard line. Big decision here by Grohl. Nope, they're going to punt, it looks like. 4th and 3 at their own 30-yard line. They trail 7-0. And the punt is up, and it's a good kick. It'll go back to about Kanab's 30-yard line. Fielded and taken across the 32, and then just pummeled. Flag comes down, met by a horde of Rebel defenders. Eventually bringing down was Logan Muirbrook. Luke Browning, the punt returner. We have a flag on the field. At the moment, the ball is spotted at the 31-yard line for Kanab. Referee's having a bit of a discussion. They'll talk things over. It's 7-0 for Kanab. They lead on the Station on Main scoreboard with 8:52 to go. And the referee explaining it's a illegal block in the back by Kanab, so that goes in the Rebel favor, and that will back this party up for the Cowboys to their own 20-yard line, and that is where Derek Houston and company will set up shop. Houston gets it done on offense and defense, but now he's on offense. He's going to be in shotgun with 1 receiver on the near side. He's got 3 backs in the backfield. They run a wing T formation. Running back in motion, and Houston hands it off up the middle, and that is Warino. He makes 1 man miss and then falls forward for a gain of 8. That brings up 2nd down and 2 roughly. Hayden Meek on the tackle for Rich. 2nd and 2, 2nd and 3 maybe, depending how you look at it. And that was a run by Michael Warino. That's his 2nd of the day. Here's Houston. He'll go under center with 3 backs in the backfield, a receiver on the near side. Houston puts a man in motion, and he'll hand it off over to Pregame McCurry, and he will be stopped. No gain on the play. Big stand by the Rebel defense. That brings up 3rd and 3. Station on Main scoreboard tells us there's 8 minutes and counting remaining in the first quarter. 7-0 Cowboys here in Kanab. It's our Crawford Trough first quarter of action. And 3rd and 3 for Derek Houston and the Cowboys at their own 28-yard line. Houston in shotgun. He's got 2 receivers split out wide and 2 backs in the backfield. He puts a man in motion. And Houston will hold on to himself and goes up the middle. And he looks like he may be stopped short. It's going to be close. It'll depend on where the referees place the ball. It could be a game of inches already. And it looks like, yep, a first down signal. So Houston falls forward for about 3 yards and picks up the first down for the Cowboys. That gives him a 1st and 10 at his own 32-yard line. Rebel defense stood strong there for first 2 plays, but 3rd down, unable to hold him and force a punt. Houston back in shotgun. He's got 2 receivers on the far side, 2 backs in the backfield. Houston awaits the snap, takes it. He holds on to it. He wants to run with it, and he's got Rebels all around him, and he's not going to go anywhere. He gets taken down for a loss. The Rich Rebel sack attack crew is in there for a loss of 2.
To be stopped by number 54, James McKinnon.
James McKinnon in on the sack. He was not the only one. Rebels able to stuff out that play. Big stop, and now that brings up 2nd and 12. Kanab at their own 30-yard line. They lead 7-0 at the Station on Main scoreboard. 6:30 and counting to go in the first quarter here for the Crawford Trough first quarter. Houston under center, 3 backs in the backfield, 1 wide receiver on the far side. Rich showing blitz. He's going to hand it off up the middle to Carson Bloomquist, and Bloomquist doing what he did earlier, going for positive yards. A flag comes down, and then another flag, a late hit. And that was Riker Conk, who kind of body slammed Bloomquist once he went out of bounds. There was a flag that came down before, so we could have offsetting penalties. They could be both against Rich. We'll find out. But it was 2nd and 12, and he gained about 7 yards, give or so, which would bring them to their own 36-yard line. Here's the referee to speak. Getting his microphone set. 7-0 Cowboys, Station on Main scoreboard. It's,
number 57, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. We also have a dead ball, personal foul, late hit out of bounds, number 15 on defense. That'll be 15 yards back on to the dead ball spot back here.
Okay, so after all that, we had a hold on the Kanab Cowboys and then a dead ball foul. So when it's a dead ball foul, it does not offset as if it was a live foul, to say, like the holding call. So we'll back it up from the holding where that took place and then add 15 yards onto it. So when all that's over with, it's still 2nd down, and the referees are going to place it. And it will basically be a wash. It's where Carson Bloomquist went out of bounds, essentially, maybe a yard or 2 short, but that will bring up another 2nd down play, though, and it'll be 2nd down and 7 at the Kanab 35-yard line. Cowboys lead 7-0, 6 and 15 seconds to go in the Station on Main first quarter Crawford Trough scoreboard. Houston under center, sends a man in motion, and he hands it up the middle to Warino, and Michael Warino, a bowling ball, falls forward, putting a couple defenders down, but he will fall short of the line to gain, and that will bring up a 3rd and 1. Rich defense doing a good job so far after that opening series, which was just a 2-yard series and resulted in a 35-yard touchdown run, or 45-yard touchdown run by Carson Bloomquist. Here's our 3rd and 1 play. Houston and the Cowboys at their own 40-yard line, need to gain 1 yard, three running backs in the backfield. He puts a man in motion. He'll hand it up to Warino once again, and he is stopped. Huge stop by Rich Rebels defense. Coach Justin Grohl is pumped up on the sideline. I'll tell you what, this offensive line we saw by Kanab a week ago is not here right now. So far, this line of scrimmage has not been won by either side. It's open with 5.5 to go in the first quarter. Kanab really running down the clock. They're going to go for it on 4th and 1 from their own 41-yard line.
For the Cowboys, and they're going to go for it.
Cowboys lead by 7 in the first quarter of the Station on Main scoreboard. They lead and they need 1 yard to gain on 4th and 1 at their own 40-yard line. Handoff goes to Warino once again, and he nearly didn't have it, but able to move those legs and just gets across the line to gain, it appears.
Michael Warino carrying the ball.
A close call, a Cowboy first down, nevertheless. That keeps the chains moving for Derek Houston and company for the Cowboys. That gives them a fresh set of downs at their own 43-yard line. Houston under center, 3 backs in the backfield, receiver on the far side. He's got a tight end to go with it. He puts a man in motion, and he will hand it off to Braken McQuivy, and McQuivy will go forward for about 5 yards from the outside around the tackle, and that is a 2nd down and 5 now. So that brings the Cowboys to their own 48-yard line. This drive began at their own 20-yard line, so slowly chipping away at the Rebel defense. Here's Houston. He'll be under center. Once again, 3 backs in the backfield, the receiver on the far side. 2nd and 4 after that 6-yard gain. Houston drop backs to throw, and that ball is met by a big grass dirt. Big patch of grass. Intended for Noah McCorvey on the far side, but just left it short, hit his feet. So 3rd and 4 after Derek Houston's first pass attempt of the game. Senior quarterback went 2 for 2 with 36 yards and a wide open touchdown in their home opener a week ago tonight. Here's our 3rd and 4 from their own 49-yard line for the Cowboys. Houston under center. He's going to hand it off to Carson Bloomquist along the outside. He's got a lot of room here. Can he get the first down? And he's tripped up and falls forward firsted for the first down. Cowboys keep the chains moving. They're in Rich Rebel territory now. 1st and 10 from the Rich 48-yard line. The Cowboys lead 7-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard with 3:50 and counting to go. Rebel defense has been on the field for nearly 4 minutes. Closer to 5 at this point. They trail 7-0. Houston for the Cowboys under center. Got 3 backs in the backfield, puts a man in motion. He hands it up off the middle to Travis Stewart, and Stewart is not going to go anywhere. He will be met with a wall of Rebels who push him to no gain on the play. So that brings up 2nd and 10 at the Rich 46-yard line. Sideline warning given to Kanab. Nothing too rowdy going on, but the referees want them to back up. They have those lines in place, and I guess they encroached too much on those 3-yard difference to the field. 2nd and 10, though, nevertheless. We'll get back to the action here in our Crawford Trough first quarter of action. 7-0 Kanab at the Station on Main scoreboard. 3 minutes and counting to go. 2nd and 10 from the Rebels' 46-yard line. Houston under center. He takes the snap, and he loses footing for a second. Now he throws it over the middle. He's got a man deep, and it is caught. There goes Noah McCorvey, and he is taken down at the 20-yard line. Noah McCorvey on a go route picks up 24 yards, and that's a first down for the Cowboys. 1st and 10 from the Rebels' 20-yard line. Houston on what looked to be like a broken play rolled out to his left and just threw up a duck, and McCorvey was hunting for ducks today. Brought it down. Now Houston under center's got 3 backs in the backfield, a receiver on the far side. Puts a man in motion. Hands it up up the middle to Warino, who once again just has this natural ability to fall forward no matter what. Picks up 7 yards. That brings up 2nd and short from the Rebels' 13-yard line. Under 2 minutes to go on the Station on Main scoreboard. It's a 7-0 game led by the Cowboys here in Kanab. You're listening to Rebel Radio. I'm Matthew Peterson on KADQ 98.3 or on mylocalradio.com. Here's Houston under center. 3 backs in the backfield. The receiver on the far side puts Carson Bloomquist in the motion. He's going to hold on to it. Looks to throw it in the flat to McCorvey, and McCorvey's taken down for 1st and goal now. Tackled at the 5-yard line. Connor Greer able to save a touchdown with his tackle. And now the Cowboys look to add 6 more as they are knocking on the Rebel doorstep. And we have a timeout. It looks like Coach Grohl wants to talk things over. With 1:38 to go at the Station on Main scoreboard, it's 7-0 here in our Crawford Trough first quarter. The Rebels trail the Cowboys.
Whether you need a big bite to eat, a tasty snack, or a sweet treat, the Crawford Trough in Randolph has it all to satisfy your cravings. From tasty burgers and wraps, patty melts and perfect pitas to fresh salads, home-cut fries, crispy onion rings, and of course, that silky smooth ice cream. The Crawford Trough can feed your hunger and then some. And if you haven't tried one of the Trough's mixed sodas, your taste buds don't know what they're missing. Stop in today at the place to eat and drink, the Crawford Trough at 120 South Main, Randolph. Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of almost 6,300 feet and with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that's one reason the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, respect, a love for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Marilyn Weston and the town board proudly support the Rich Rebels and hope you'll be able to visit soon and come back often.
Welcome back to the first quarter here of Crawford Trough. Sponsored first quarter of Rebel football. It's 7-0 with under a minute 35, and the handoff here from Houston is going to go to Bloomquist, and he is stopped for no gain. Actually, he may lose some yards. So the Rebel defense on first and goal pushes the Cowboys back. Minute 25 and counting at the Station on Main scoreboard. Logan Meerbrook in on the tackle for the Rebels. And Derek Houston and the Cowboys will talk things over for a moment in their huddle. It is second and goal from the Rebels' 6-yard line. They lead 7-0 with under a minute to go now at the Station on Main scoreboard. Houston holds on to it, rolls right, looks for a receiver, and it is caught! And a touchdown! For a moment it looked like it was batted away, but for the Cowboys, it was a bizarre passing play. It's hard to describe other than everyone stopped in motion, and for a second there, number 34, Kason James caught the ball and was stuck at the 2-yard line and just kind of poked the football across the goal line and then fell forward for a touchdown. Nevertheless, a 6-0 addition to the score, and the Cowboys now lead 13-0 with a PAT pending with under a minute to go in our Crawford Trough first quarter. To take the kick, it is Saxton Unsworth. And the kick is up. No, it is no good. It is short, so 13-0 here in our Crawford Trough first quarter of action. Cowboys lead on the Station on Main scoreboard over the Rebels. We'll be right back.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodward provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
And you see our Bear Lake Realty fan cam as we get ready for kickoff to restart the game. Rebels trail 13-0 in the first quarter, brought to you by Crawford Trough on the Station on Main scoreboard with 53 seconds to go. Back deep to receive for the Rebels, we have Trey Walker and Connor Greer as we get ready here to restart the game. Kicking off is Saxton Unsworth. His PAT attempt after that last touchdown scored on a 6-yard pass from Derek Houston to Kaysen Janes. Good for 6 points, but the PAT could not add on the extra, so 13 is how we get to our score. Saxon Unsworth ready to restart the game in our Crawford Trough first quarter of action. And the kick is up, and it's going to be a bit of a pooch kick, and back to receive it is Walker. Walker takes it at his own 10, now across the 15 to the 20. Up the middle to the 25, and he had a lane for a moment, but taken down at the 28-yard line. And Riley Carrillo will start with his offense at his own 29-yard line with 50 seconds to go in our Crawford Trough first quarter. Carrillo and his crew got to get some kind of offensive traction. It may not result in points, but some momentum. They only trail 13-0. When you look at what Kanab did last week, they were leading 36-0 after the first quarter. Carrillo will line up under center. He's got 2 backs behind him. And receivers split out wide with a man in the slot. Carrillo takes the snap and he hands it off right up the middle. Max Perry will fall forward. I beg your pardon, that was Hayden Meek going forward for 6 yards. So that brings up roughly about 2nd and 5. 2nd and maybe 6 as it's spotted. So clock continued to bleed here in the first quarter. The Rebels trail 13-0 in the Station on Main scoreboard. The Crawford Trough first quarter of action about to come to a close, potentially after this snap. Rebels 2nd and 6 at their own 39-yard line, 34-yard line. And the snap, and it's taken and pitched out wide, and here come the Rebels around the edge, and slammed down there was Jaden Rowe. He will go down, or Jaden Grohl, and he'll lose about 2 or 3 yards. And that's going to bring us to the end of our Crawford Trough first quarter. On the Station on Main scoreboard, it is 13-0.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Wood River provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
The best place to stay when you're in Casper, Wyoming is the Come On In Hotel and Suites. This beautiful log hotel offers 5 hot tubs, 1 pool, a fitness center, and fabulous indoor atrium. Offering jacuzzi and fireplace suites, the guest rooms are comfortable and relaxing. Plus, every stay includes a delicious extended continental breakfast. Whenever you're in Casper, stay at the best place. Come On In Hotel and Suites. Come on in today. Come On In Hotel and Suites, Casper.
We are ready to get the second quarter of action underway. It's brought to you by T7 Propane in Woodruff. And a encroachment and penalty on Kanab. That moves the Rebels forward 5 yards. And that will bring up a 3rd and short, so a real game changer here. Went from 3rd and 7 to 3rd and 2 for head coach Justin Grohl and his offensive coordinator Cooper Corney. That's going to change the play call drastically. Our Lutz starting lineup is brought to you tonight. Our starting lineups are brought to you by Lutz Construction, Riley Carrillo, and under center here. We'll get to the rest of the offensive crew in a moment. But now here's 3rd and 2 from the Rebels' own 38-yard line, and this is going to go nowhere. It's a handoff, and it goes up the middle, and the Cowboys snuffed it out. It'll come for about no gain. So 4th and 2 now at the Rebels' 38-yard line, and it looks like they're going to go for it once again. The rest of our starting lineup now. Trey Walker in with Hayden Meek, Max Perry, Jaden Rowe, Connor Greer, and Jaden Grohl, all making up the offensive weapons for the Rich Rebels. That's our Lutz Construction starting lineups. We'll get to some more players throughout the game early on now. Here's our 4th and 1 now. Rebels need to gain 1 yard. They're at their own 39-yard line. Station on Main scoreboard. Right now inactive, but they trail 13-0 to the Kanab Cowboys. But here's our 4th and 1 play from the Rebels' 39-yard line. 3 receivers on the near side, 2 on the far side, and the hand up. It's a QB sneak for Carrillo. He falls forward for what appears to be the first down, and it looks like they're going to mark him that way. So the Rebels pick up their first down of the game. That first down was brought to you by Comprehensive Family Dental.
And the officials will signal that's a Rebel.
Wait, the officials are going to talk it over for a moment. It looks
An injury timeout.
could be an injury timeout, and the injured player making his way off the field is Michael Reno. Hopefully he's okay for the Cowboys. He's a big part of what they do offensively and defensively. We'll keep an eye on him for you. But back to the action now here in our T7 Propane in Woodruff second quarter with just under 11 minutes to go. The Rebels trail 13-0. They have 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line. Carrillo under center, 2 backs in the backfield, receiver split out wide. Handoff is going to go right up the middle, and that's Hayden Meek, and he will dance his way forward for 3 yards, able to avoid losing yards on the play. Meek with a great cut, and that brings up 2nd and 7 now. Rebels at their own 45-yard line. They still trail 13-0 at the station on main scoreboard. 10.5 and counting here in the T7 Propane second quarter of football for Rich Rebels. Riley Carrillo with 2 backs in the backfield. Receiver split out wide, once again under center. He awaits the snap, and he hands it up right up the middle. And going forward for about a yard, looked to be like Hayden Meek once again. Yep, Hayden Meek, indeed the ball carrier that time. And he gains maybe a yard, so the Rebels have 3rd and 5 from their own 46-yard line in the second quarter against the Kanab Cowboys of the T7 Propane second quarter. Now Carrillo, he's going to be in shotgun. 3 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side, a back in the backfield. He takes a snap, and he looks to hand it off, and he will, and just getting demolished before he even really got the ball fully. Ooh, a tough play there for, looks to be like number 15, Riker Conk. It looks to be a QB draw, delayed draw. And that brings up 4th and long. The Rebels have 4th and 8 from their own 42-yard line, and they are in punt formation now. Able to pick up 1 Comprehensive Family Dental first down on this drive, but they'll give things back over to Kanab pending this punt. And it's a low snap, and he touched, yep, I thought I saw that. Unfortunately for Riley Carrillo, also the quarterback, when he received the snap, it was so low, his knee touched the ground, so he was down immediately before the punt even went off, which is great news for Kanab. They will set up shop at Rich's 35-yard line. Riley Carrillo, a tough play there. It's a low snap. In order to get the ball, his knee touched the ground. Referee blew the whistle immediately, called him down, and the Cowboys flip the field. They'll take over at the Rich Rebels 35-yard line, leading 13-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard with 8:46 to go in the T7 Propane second quarter of action. Houston will be under center, 3 backs in the backfield. He's got a wide receiver on the near side. Rebels showing blitz. Houston takes a snap. He's going to hold on to it. He's got a man wide open, and that is an easy. Oh, it's dropped! Oh, my goodness! No one can believe it. Bracken McQuivey was wide open in the end zone. Not a defender within, I beg your pardon, that's Saxton Unsworth. There wasn't a Rebel defender within 15 yards. Completely blown coverage. Hits his numbers and just falls to the ground. Rebels catch a huge break there to avoid going down 20-0. But here we go. 2nd and 10 now for the Cowboys at the Rebels 35-yard line. Once again, Houston under center. Takes the snap. He's going to hand it off. That's a loose ball. It's recovered. Rich Rebels take over. Falling on it was Justin Adams. Houston tried to hand it off and was unable to. Ball hit the ground. Adams saw football. He knows what to do. And the Rebels, they go from being down 20-0 on a blown play to a turnover, and a huge one with it. That turnover brought to you by Garden City. And here comes Riley Carrillo and the Rebels. They'll take over at their own 40-yard line after that fumble recovered by Justin Adams. And Carrillo with the handoff. No, he's going to hold on to it. He's going to go to the outside and pitches it to Greer. And Hayden Meek actually will fall forward. Looks to be close to a first down. He wants a face mask call. He's not going to get it. Nevertheless, a great decision by Carrillo on the option. Pitches it at the last moment. And Hayden Meek goes forward for 8 yards. And some serious momentum now building for the Rebels. They're down 13-0 at the Station on Main scoreboard, with 8:24 to go in the T7 Propane second quarter. After a turnover, a fumble recovered by the Rebels. Now Rich looking to put some points of their own on the board, and head coach of the Rebels, Justin Grohl, he wants to talk things over with the officials. Hayden Meek made a signal to the officials that he was face masked. I didn't see it, but I think that's what Coach Justin Grohl may be talking to the officials about. But when he returns, it will be 2nd and 3 from the Rebels' own 47-yard line. Coach Gould not happy with the officials after that, but we'll get ready to restart the game here. 13-0 Cowboys, 8:24. Actually, the officials are going to talk now to Kanab's head coach, Coach Kornberg. I'm not sure what the discussion is over. I'd love to have fly on the wall right now. I think the officials are going to address the audience here. Let's see what this is all about.
Inadvertent whistle on the play. Ridge has elected fitness off of the play from when the ball was with little whistle to be second down from the spot at the 47-yard line.
This may be a first for me. It was an inadvertent whistle on the play, and that's what Hayden Meek was upset about. The play stopped, so the procedure, I guess, is Rich just takes it what they got, and that was a 7-yard gain on first down. So here's 2nd and 3 for Riley Carrillo and the rest of his Rich Rebel offense at their own 47-yard line. They need 3 yards for the first down. He's going to hand it off up the middle. That's Jaden Grohl, the head coach's son, who goes back for about 2 yards, maybe a yard. And that brings up 3rd and 5 from the Rebels' own 46-yard line. Under 8 minutes to go in the T7 Propane second quarter of action. Rebels trail 13-0 in the Station on Main scoreboard. Here's 3rd and 4 from the Rebels' 46-yard line. Carrillo under center. He's got 2 receivers split out wide and a back in the backfield. Carrillo awaits the snap, hands it off to Grohl. Now he's going to hold on to it, and he's met by a swarm of Cowboy defenders. A loss on the play, a big sack, and the Cowboys recover from their turnover, and they will force what looks to be like a punt, a 4th and 9 coming up. Rebels go back about 5 yards on the play, and now they have 4th and 9 from their own 41-yard line. And it looks like Carrillo will be in punt formation for Rich. Cowboys await the punt here from the Rebels' 41-yard line with 6:50 and counting in the second quarter, brought to you by T7 Propane. The punt is up, and it'll be fielded and fair caught at the 34-yard line. And Derek Houston and the Cowboys will take over there. We'll be right back here from Kanab. It's the Rebels trailing the Cowboys 13-0 at the Station on Main scoreboard.
Whether it's for your home, your ranch, your equipment, or your business, when you need propane, count on the best. T7 Propane in Woodruff. The safe and professional team at T7 Propane offers quality product and the most responsive propane service in the area, so you can enjoy the affordability, reliability, and efficiency of propane. For heating, cooking, grilling, motor fuel, and more, count on the team at T7 for your personal or business propane needs. 435-793-4208.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics on
we've got a big play coming up here as the Cowboys went for hurry up after the break, and Michael Orino, who we saw exit earlier, explodes for about a 40-yard gain, and the Cowboys have a first down, and they're in Rich Rebel territory. Orino exited in the previous defensive series back in, and he looks to be fine. He went off for close to 40 yards on the play, maybe even a little more than that. Now Houston and the Cowboys, they have a 1st and 10 at the Rebels' 34-yard line. 3 backs in the backfield for Houston. He puts a man in motion. And the Cowboys fall forward for about 2 yards on the gain. That's Carson Bloomquist taking the draw.
Number 21, Travis Stewart. Tackles made by
Second
number
and 9
64,
now from the
James
Rebels'
McKinnon.
33-yard line. Station on main scoreboard is currently malfunctioning, but it is 13-0 Cowboys if you're just joining us. Houston will go under center. He's got 3 backs in the backfield on 2nd and 9 from the opponent 34-yard line. Hands off to Bloomquist, who goes outside. And he's got some room. Flag comes down, and the Rebels push him out of bounds after he gains 4 yards, which would bring up a 3rd and 5 from Rich's 30-yard line. But the flag did fly in the holding area. Yep, that's what it is. Holding on the offense. That'll back up their tea party. It'll bring up another 2nd down, about 2nd and 19. 2nd and 18 looks like. They'll have the ball at the Rebels' 45-yard line. Rich catches a huge break after letting up a big run by the Cowboys. Houston gets the play from his quarterback, from his coach Quarenberg, heads into the huddle. Rebels look to force a big stop here as they put the Cowboys way back. 2nd and 18. 3 backs in the backfield. Receiver on the near side for quarterback Houston of the Cowboys. Hands it off up the middle and making one man miss, and not 2 though, is Warino. He goes forward for about 8 yards on the gain. That brings up a long 3rd and 12, 3rd and 13 even from Rich's 39-yard line. The line to gain is for the Cowboys is at the Rebels' 25-yard line. 3rd and 14.
At the 38-yard line, bring up 3rd down for the Cowboys.
3rd down for the Cowboys. Rebels really need to stop here to keep this score at bay. It's 13-0 in the station on main scoreboard. Houston drops back looking for a man. He's got a wide open receiver, and that's a 1st down and more. Going for it was Kason Janes. He's wide open at the line to gain, and he gets about 4 extra yards to go with it. Big conversion on 3rd and long for the Cowboys. They have a 1st and 10 at the Rebels' 21-yard line. In the T7 Propane 2nd quarter, just approaching 4 minutes to go. 13-0 Kanab over Rich on our station on main scoreboard. Here's Houston. He'll be under center. 3 backs in the backfield. Receiver on the near side puts a man in motion. Houston up the middle to Bloomquist. And Bloomquist with a big gain there, about 9, maybe 10 yards. And the Rebels about to be behind their own 10-yard line. We have a stoppage, though. And 2nd and 1. Timeout. Rich Rebels coach Justin Grohl wants to talk things over. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. The Rebels trail 13-0 on the station on main scoreboard here in the T7 Propane 2nd quarter.
In today's world, with so many places to shop and so many options to choose from, sometimes you have to boil it down to one simple question: where do I get treated the best? At Cash Honda Yamaha in Logan, we work hard to make sure every customer knows how much we appreciate them. We love what we do, and we believe in the products we sell. Our goal is to build a lasting friendship with every customer so we can serve you and your family for generations. Visit us today, Cash Honda Yamaha, 3765 US 91, Hyde Park, Utah.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. I perform total hip, total knee, and total shoulder replacement. The huge majority of patients of mine that have undergone total joint replacement have been dealing with pain and disability for many years. After joint replacement and recovery, patients are back to doing the activities that they want to do.
Welcome back to the 2nd quarter of action, brought to you by T7 Propane. Rebels need to stop here. It is 2nd and 1 for the Kanab Cowboys offense at Rich's 11-yard line. Did you get that all down? We got a great catch here in the booth, and we're ready to go. paper is flying around as the wind's picking up in southern Utah here in Kanab. 2nd and 1 for Derek Houston in the Kanab Cowboys offense. Houston will go under center. Once again, 3 backs in the backfield and receiver split out wide. Here's their 2nd and 1. Bloomquist in motion. He hands it off the middle and falling for a first down. Looks to be like it was Travis Stewart.
Number 21, Travis Stewart.
And that brings up a 1st and goal for the Cowboys.
Cowboy, 1st and goal.
They'll be at Rich's 10-yard line after about a 2-yard gain.
21, Rowe.
3:20 to go in the T7 Propane second quarter. We invite you to stick around for our halftime show. That's brought to you by Ellingford Brothers. We got first half highlights and a lot more. So don't go anywhere, including our standout student by Western Ag Credit. Here's our 1st and goal attempt now for the Cowboys at the Rich Rebels 10-yard line. Rebels trail 13-0. And the handoff goes to Warino. It's a fake pass, and he's got a wide open man in the flat, and what could have been a touchdown, but falling out of bounds was Bracken McQuivy. And it will bring up 2nd and 2. McQuivy was, it's a tough name, he was falling out of bounds at the 2-yard line, though. So 2nd and goal for the Cowboys. Rebels looking to avoid going down 20-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. We are going to work on that at the halftime. Our camera decided to stop working. We'll get that fixed at halftime. But now here's 2nd and goal for the Cowboys at the Rebels 2-yard line. It's going to be a QB sneak for Houston. He's going to try and go up the middle with it. Did he get it? They're going to call him short. He stopped at the 1-inch yard line. So 3rd and goal. Rebels able to hold off that attempt. You got to expect that the Cowboys will go for it on 4th down, barring a huge loss here. Under 2 minutes to go in the T7 Propane second quarter. Once again, it will be quarterback Houston for Kanab under center, 3 backs in the backfield. Let's see if he does another QB sneak. Yes, he will. We have a whistle, though, and a flag. Flag just before.
The flag on the play.
Dead ball. False start on the offense. Wow, Rich catches a huge break. That backs things up, and we go from 3rd and about an inch to 3rd and 5 from the Rich Rebels 5-yard line. So this 3rd and goal attempt just got a lot more difficult now for the Kanab Cowboys. Minute 37 until halftime. Rebels trail 13-0. Here is the 3rd and goal attempt for Kanab at the Rebels 5-yard line. Houston under center. He'll put a man in motion. He takes the snap. He'll hand it off to Bloomquist. He goes to the outside. He's got some room. Can he break the defender? Yes, he can. And he goes in for 6 points. He was able to get around the last defender. And now the Cowboys lead 19-0 with 1:15 to go. The Station on Main scoreboard. And the T7 Propane second quarter of action. Saxon Unsworth will attempt another PA attempt. He missed the second one. Will they go for it, make it a nice even 21, or will they fall down and will they stay at 20? It looks like they're going to maybe go for it. Yes, they will. They want to make it a 21-0 game. So here's Houston under center. The 2-point attempt. He puts a man in motion. He'll give it. No, he'll hold it, and he's got a man wide open in the end zone for 2 points. In the end zone, wide open was Kason James for the 2-point conversion, and it is 21-0 now. The Cowboys over the Rebels on the Station on Main scoreboard. 1:15 to go in the second quarter, brought to you by T7 Propane. We'll be right back for more action here for the Rich Rebels game against the Kanab Cowboys.
Is it time to stop wishing for your dream home in beautiful Bear Lake? If you're ready to make your dream a reality, Bear Lake Realty can help with residential and land listings, including vacation properties, timeshares, cabins, condos, beachfront, lake view, and more. Bear Lake Realty has what you're looking for. And with more than 30 years of real estate experience in the area, you know you're working with the best. Visit bearlakerealty.com. and come and enjoy the Caribbean of the Rockies with us.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of almost 6,300 feet and with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that's one reason the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, respect, a love for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Lynn Weston and the town board proudly support the Rich Rebels and hope you'll be able to visit soon and come back often.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
It is about time to restart the game. The Rebels trail 21-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard, and that ball falls over for a second time, so Kanab will have to have someone hold it to restart the game. Here's Saxon Unz with the kickoff, and good kick will bounce about the 10-yard line. That's where it's taken over and crossing the 15 to the 20 and going down at the 26-yard line. And that's where the Rebels will start on offense. On the return was Connor Greer. We invite you to stick around for halftime. We'll have the Ellingford Brothers halftime show after this. It's our second quarter brought to you by T7 Propane. With all your propane needs, call 435-793-4208. You're tuned in to Rich Rebel Football here on K80Q FM 98.3 and live video coverage at My Local Radio. And now Riley Carrillo takes the snap, he holds on to it, looks to option, he'll hold on and go forward for a big gain and a first down. Another comprehensive family dental first down, and maybe the Rich Rebels can get some offense going and possibly even some points on the board before the first half comes to a close. It is 1st and 10 for the Rebels at their own 40-yard line, 45 seconds and counting. Carrillo will be in shotgun, 3 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side, and a back in the backfield. Carrillo takes a snap, rolls out to his near side, and he looks to throw it over to Meek, who's able to corral it and go forward for about a gain of 7, and then goes out of bounds. The Rebels approaching midfield, 32 seconds to go in the T7 Propane second quarter. Who knows, maybe the Rebels can get some points on the board and go into the half with a huge momentum booster. For now, they have a 2nd and 3 to deal with from the Rebels' 43-yard line, a 47-yard line, that is. Carrillo in shotgun, 3 receivers on the far side, 1 on the near side, and Meek in the backfield. Carrillo takes the snap, and that pass is going to bounce off the ground. Not even close, unfortunately, for Connor Greer. 3rd and 4 now with 29 seconds to go in the first half. Rebels trail 21-0 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Good size of Rich Rebels fans travel the nearly 6 hours, 6+ hours actually, all the way down to the southern tip of Utah, going from northeast to southwest. But here's Riley Carrillo in shotgun, 3rd and 3 from his own 47-yard line. He'll roll out to the far side. He's got a man chasing him. Evades him, and now he'll go forward for the first down, and a huge first down for the Rich Rebels. With 21 seconds, Carrillo able to scramble forward for about 5 yards. He was taken down hard out of bounds, though. The Rebel sideline wanted a flag. Carrillo, a tough guy, though. He's back in there after a moment. But that's your comprehensive family dental first down. 21 seconds to go in the half. Rebels have a 1st and 10 at the Kanab 48-yard line. It's a shame the Rebels able to really get going offensively, but only a few ticks left to go in the first half. Here's 1st and 10, though, from the Kanab 48-yard line. Carrillo in shotgun takes the snap. He's got pressure. He'll throw it up over the middle, and it's caught. What a play by Connor Greer. He's going to go from the 5 to the 10 to the end zone. They'll call him out at the 1-yard line. What a play by Connor Greer. Extends himself in the air, and with 12 seconds, the Rebels are at the 1-yard line with an opportunity to get on the scoreboard. An excellent throw by Riley Carrillo and an even better catch by Connor Greer. The junior to the senior connect for a huge play, and it's 1st and goal from the 1-yard line with 12 seconds to go. The Rebels have 1 timeout remaining. Here's Carrillo under center. Takes a snap, quarterback sneak, and he gets it for the touchdown. The Rebels strike with 9 seconds to go in the second quarter, and a huge touchdown going into the half. The Station on Main scoreboard now reached 21-6. Cowboys still up, but all the momentum going into the half will belong to the Rich Rebels, thanks to a huge play from Riley Carrillo to his wideout Connor Greer, and then a QB sneak to punch it in for Carrillo. And Coach Justin Grohl gets his first touchdown of the season right before the half. An excellent drive with just under a minute to go before halftime. The point after attempt will be by Jaden Rowe. Rowe takes the kick and it is up, and it is good. No, it is no good. Just a little short. Nevertheless, 21-6 with 9 ticks to go in the first half. Station on Main scoreboard looking a lot better for the Rebels as they go into the half, only trailing now by 13. You look at what Kanab was able to do last week. They were up 56-0, and the Rebels have come in here and they've turned some heads and surprised Kanab and said, we're not going to go down 36-0 in the first half. This is Rich Rebel football. A much closer game than I think the Cowboys would have expected, and a huge play by the quarterback Riley Carrillo and his wideout Connor Greer. An excellent reception, went for about 47 yards, and just life pumped into the Rebels going into the half. That first down, by the way, was brought to you by Comprehensive Family Dental. And here's a Bear Lake Physical Therapy kickoff. And that very well may be our precision play of the game. Brought to you by Dr. McKay Frankham. What a huge play by wide receiver Connor Greer to extend himself over his defender, come up with the ball, and then go down to the 1-yard line. And here's our Bear Lake. And that ball is touched. That's a live ball right now. Kanab has to fall on it. It could be the Rebels. With 8 seconds, there was a bit of a squib kick, and Kanab, one of their backers, touched the ball, which means it's a live ball. Well, after 10 yards, it's a live ball either way, actually, so I really just scratched that, but it got me excited. It's our Bear Lake Physical Therapy kickoff, and with 5 seconds to go, I expect Kanab to take a knee and send us into our Ellingford Brothers halftime show. We'll have a lot of great stuff coming up for you there. We'll have our first half highlights brought to you by Rich County Government, and then our standout student by Western Ag Credit, and then we'll go into our third quarter brought to you by the town of Randolph. Here's Houston with 5 seconds. He's at his own 35-yard line, and looks like he'll just take a knee and send us to halftime. And nope, he's actually they're gonna go for it. Wow, big play and a huge sack. Wow, offense and defense go into the half on great notes for the Rich Rebels. A big sack by the Rebels, and the Cowboys lead 21-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. But the Rebels strike right before the end of the half, and a huge sack to go into the half. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll have an Ellingford Brothers halftime show. We'll talk to our standout student. That's an interview you do not want to miss. A lot of great stuff coming your way. We appreciate you making Rebel football a part of your Friday night. on K80Q 98.3 FM or on mylocalradio.com. We'll be right back.
At Ellingford Brothers, we're known for an excellent steel shop and quality cement. We also provide other products all year round. Sand and different sizes of gravel for road base and landscaping in the summer and fall. Traction in the winter and mud control in the spring. Bark for landscaping in the summer and winterization in the fall. And topsoil. Spring, summer, and fall. Prices are always honest. Pickup or delivery. Ellingford Brothers, your year-round source for so many things. Stop in today at 221 County Road in Evanston.
If you're a person who enjoys comfort, affordability, and history, make sure you stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn the next time you're in Evanston, Wyoming. In 1957, retired FBI agent Jack Dub Mills purchased the 17-unit motel referred to as the Oasis of the West that was frequented by stars like Dolly Parton and Tanya Tucker. Today, when you stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn, you'll enjoy the history while you relax in one of the 165 ground-level rooms on 10 beautiful acres. Best Western Dunmar Inn. Reserve your rooms today, 307-789-3770.
Welcome to the halftime show brought to you by Ellingford Brothers of Evanston, the best in specialized services, including construction, steel, fabrication, sand, gravel, and more. The Ellingford halftime show. It's a halftime, and the Rebels, they trail 21-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard, but that's not the story right now. It's 6 points right before the end of the half, and then a huge sack to really just take all the life out of, I mean, not all, but a lot of the life out of the Kanab Cowboys offense, who tried to do one last-ditch Hail Mary effort right before half. And that's where we got to our score right now of 21-6. We'll take a quick break with more, and we got our halftime, we got our camera fixed thanks to my producer, Elon Olive. We'll be right back here with more, including reports from our Rich County government and the highlights after this on K80Q FM 98.3 and mylocalradio.com. Don't go anywhere. We got more to come on the Ellingford Brothers halftime show.
When it comes to farming and ranching, it makes good sense to work with a lender who understands finance and agriculture. Western Ag Credit is an independent cooperative owned by the farmers and ranchers who borrow from it. With competitive rates, your loan is tailored to match your business needs. Real estate, livestock, equipment, and operating expenses. When it comes to farming and ranching financing, Western Ag Credit in Evanston is your partner in agriculture.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
No matter what you need to have printed, Westar Printing is the place you want to have it done. Calendars, letterhead, envelopes, brochures, books, posters, vinyl banners, business forms, announcements, wedding invitations, and business cards are just a few examples. You can also have your favorite family photos printed on canvas or placed into a personalized family photo calendar. You will want to do business with Westar Printing. Stop in today. Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston.
We've got a lot coming up here, and our Rich County government sponsored halftime portion of the show. It's a hot day here in Kanab, Utah. We're close to about 100 degrees. It's cooled off, though, as the night has gone on. The sun has gone down. It's closer to 90, 85 in the zone, but at kickoff, it was steaming, not going to lie. Sweat was coming across everywhere. And right now, it's the Ellingford Brothers halftime show with about 10 minutes to go until the third quarter. 21-6, the scoreboard on Station on Main scoreboard reads in favor of the Cowboys. And we're going to have our standout student now. We'll have that interview played for you in a moment. Standout student is brought to you by Western Ag Credit. As Elon Olive, my producer, fixes our cameras, and we'll get to our standout student right now. And here is our student body president for the Rich Rebel High, our standout student.
Okay, I am here with John Scott, our standout student, brought to you by Western Ag Credit. John, you've got a difficult year ahead of you as the student body president for Rich with all the unknown. So how have you managed that?
We've already had some meetings talking about this kind of stuff. The masks are going to be something that's really hard to do, but as long as everyone buys in, we'll figure it out, and it'll just depend on if everyone buys in or not. That'll be how the year goes.
You talk about the masks. Are there some other things that are going to be very different this year compared to years past, and some things that will stay the same?
Well, we're able to do some things for homecoming and such, and opening social that we were able to do in the past, but there's some things that, like dances and things that we're close together with that we're not able to do this year, at least not at the start of the year, but we're going to replace them with different things and make it as good as we can and hopefully better if possible.
What would you like to see out of your senior year, given the circumstances this year, to have a good send-off here at Rich?
Well, it's going to be different, but we just want to make it as fun as possible for everyone, and it will be tough and will be difficult, but as long as we just all stick together, and I think as everyone supports each other through these difficult times, I think we'll do just fine and that it'll be a fun year.
You've got such a great, tight-knit community. Can you tell me about some of your favorite memories over the last 3 years at Rich?
Well, I've only been here for 2 years, moving in sophomore year.
Oh, okay.
But,
so 2 years at Rich then.
Yeah, so I've just been surprised by when I moved in how, like you said, everyone is just so tightly knit and everyone's so kind to each other. And just moving in here, I'd lived in North Ogden for 14 years, and so I was never used to anything else but my little group of friends I had back in North Ogden. And everyone's just very accepting and everyone's very kind, and I think that's what I like most about our community and what I've remembered most from the people here.
So how has the transition been from North Ogden to Rich?
It was really strange at first. I've kind of gotten used to it now, but from going from a class of almost 1,200 to a class of, I think, 47 now, it's strange, but I've made some good friends, and they helped, and they took me in, and it's been a pretty easy transition with their help.
Were there things at first that you thought you would never get used to, and now you look back and you didn't know why you'd ever think that?
Yeah, like things like just people not being as close as you were in North Ogden, like distance-wise. But, as I'm older and I can drive around now, it doesn't really bother me as much having to drive over to Randolph and stuff like that.
And do you have any plans for after high school?
Not really yet. I'm going to go on an LDS mission. I know that. And besides that, I don't really know. I don't have any career plans set up, but I'm just trying to keep my grades up and do everything I can so that I have open doors when I decide what I'm going to do.
If parents or other students have questions about how this year is going to operate, what's the best way for them to find out their answers?
You can either talk to me or my advisors or Principal Larson. We're all here to answer questions and help out. It will be confusing, but yeah, if you have any questions, just ask any of the student body and we can help you out.
I'm here with the student body president of Rich, John Scott. John, outside of being the president, which I'm sure is a lot to handle, can you tell me about other things you do at Rich?
I do things like cross country and track, and I play basketball, and I especially enjoy basketball, and I just enjoy hanging out with my friends and going to parties and stuff, and I just like being social and hanging out with people.
last question, John, and then I'll let you go here on our standout student brought to you by Western Ag Credit. John, when you're not in school and you're not doing all this crazy stuff that keeps you busy, what do you do for fun?
I hang out with my siblings a lot, and we do a lot of things. We play basketball in my front yard, and me and my friends just go hang out and go around town and eat food. And it's always a good time when I've got people around me.
Great. Well, thank you so much for the time, and, hey, best of luck to you for the rest of the year, John.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you, Matthew.
No worries. That is John Scott, our student body president at Rich. We'll be right back here for the rest of our Rich High School football game against Kanab. Thank you.
When do you schedule doctor appointments?
In bed before I fall asleep.
In the car waiting to pick up my kids.
We can even do it after breakfast.
We all lead busy lives. Online appointment scheduling puts you in control. In just 90 seconds, you can make an appointment with a primary care provider or specialist at evanstonanytime.com. Select the day and time most convenient for you. Enter some basic information, and just like that, you're scheduled for care. Schedule appointments for next day and beyond at evanstonanytime.com.
Early Oregon-bound immigrants traveled through the Bear Lake Valley. U.S. Highway 30 basically follows the Oregon Trail. Many wagon trains stopped at Thomas L. Pegleg Smith Trading Post, located near Dingle, Idaho, for supplies. One traveler wrote of camping along Cotton Line Bear River, watching grass as tall as a man wave in the wind. Today, you don't have to ride in a wagon to visit Bear Lake Valley, but the rich history is still here to enjoy. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
Join me this upcoming Thursday, 6 days from now, for our first volleyball game. It'll be at Duchesne. We'll get started at 6:30, but the pregame show will get started closer to 6 p.m. That is next Thursday, our first volleyball game of the season. Excited to see the Lady Rebels out there. I also want to thank John Scott again, our standout student, the student body president, for his time and really paving a great example for the Rich Rebels student body going forward for the rest of this year. A more challenging year than any other year in past. So thank you, John. And that standout student was brought to you by Western Ag Credit, your partner in agriculture. A lender who understands finance and agriculture, 848 Front Street in Evanston. Station on Main scoreboard. We've got a little under 3 minutes to go. It's not frozen. It's paused at 3 right now. And let's talk about our first half. It was a half that went in the Cowboys' favor to start, but ended in the Rebels' favor. We had a 45-yard run by Carson Bloomquist on the second offensive play of the game. And then later on, another rushing touchdown. And then Derek Houston connected with Carson Janes for a 6-yard touchdown reception. And that put the Cowboys up 21-0 at the time. And then Rich, with under a minute to go, Riley Carrillo leads an excellent, not just a 2-minute drill, but about a 50-second drill. And he finds his receiver, Connor Greer, for about a 45-yard reception. He gets taken down at the 1-yard line. And then the next play, Riley Carrillo, the QB sneak, punches it in. PAT attempt was no good, but it put Rich on the board. They trailed 21-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Right now, head coach Justin Grohl still talking to his boys, but they're heading out to the field right now. They'll be getting going soon. We want to thank all of our sponsors for the first half, our Crawford Trough first quarter, our T7 Propane second quarter. Our halftime show is brought to you by Ellingford Brothers. First half highlights by Rich County Government, our standout student by Western Ag Credit, and we now enter the Town of Randolph third quarter. A big third quarter for the Rebels. They trail 21-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Cowboys, I thought this would be a little bit easier after being up 56-0 a week ago after the first half against Monticello, and right now that's not the position they're in. You have 3 minutes. The clock will now begin counting as the official waves his arm. Until we get the second half of action underway, we're going to take a quick break here. We want to appreciate you, though, for making Rich Rebels football a part of your Friday night. I'm Matthew Peterson here on KADQ 98.3 FM or on mylocalradio.com.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of almost 6,300 feet and with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that's one reason the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, respect, a love for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Lynn Weston and the town board proudly support the Rich Rebels and hope you'll be able to visit soon and come back often.
In today's world, with so many places to shop and so many options to choose from, sometimes you have to boil it down to one simple question: where do I get treated the best? At Cash Honda Yamaha in Logan, we work hard to make sure every customer knows how much we appreciate them. We love what we do, and we believe in the products we sell. Our goal is to build a lasting friendship with every customer so we can serve you and your family for generations. Visit us today, Cash Honda Yamaha, 3765 US 91, Hyde Park, Utah.
That is our fan cam right now. A couple of fans, and camera would pan up just a little bit, but you see a good sized contingent of Rebel fans traveled the 6+ hours down to Kanab from northeast Utah to southwest Utah. The Rebels trail 21-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. At Bear Lake fan cam, Bear Lake Realty. Gary and Amber McKee, your Bear Lake home and investment experts, call today at 435-946-8888. There's our fans right there. Our cameraman Elon Olive doing an excellent job today. And we get ready for our Town of Randolph third quarter. On the Station on Main scoreboard, it reads 21-6 in favor of the Cowboys. If you're just joining us, no problem. I'll catch you up to speed. The Cowboys got out to a 21-0 lead. They scored on the second offensive play of the game. But then the Rebels settled in and they forced a turnover, the Garden City turnover, and they scored right before halftime at the very end of the T7 Propane second quarter. A 1-yard rush by Riley Carrillo after he had a 45-yard reception, connection, I should say, with his wide receiver, Connor Greer. And that's how we got to where we are. Head coach Justin Grohl and his assistants talking things over with their troops. And as for the Kanab Cowboys, they are not in the position they thought they would be after the first half. And they will get going here. They'll kick off at the 40-yard line. So it will be Rich who starts the second half. You got a couple men deep for the Rebels, including Connor Greer, who had that huge reception before the end of the first half.
Unsworth to kick for the Cowboys.
We'll get the second half started here in the Town of Randolph third quarter. 21-6. Rebels trail on the Station on Main scoreboard. Saxon Unsworth for the Cowboys to restart the second half. And it's Connor Greer and Trey Walker deep for the Rebels. And the run-up and the kick by Unsworth. It's a bit of a pooch kick. It'll go to Walker. Walker gets at his 20-yard line, crosses the 25, approaching the 30, and hit hard right at the 26. Ooh. Cowboys left the first half with no momentum, but a huge hit. That gets their side fired up. And Riley Carrillo and his offense will start at the 26-yard line, their own. 1st and 10.
Number 3, Trey Walker, returning for the Rebels.
Here in the third quarter, brought to you by the Town of Randolph. Carrillo will start in shotgun. He'll have receivers split out wide, one on the near side, two on the far side, and one in the slot. It's going to be a handoff. No, it's going to be a fake, and that ball hits the ground incomplete. Carrillo looked for Hayden Meek, but he leaves it a little short for Meek, and that's 2nd and 10 now from the Rebels' own 26-yard line. Or 27-yard line. Here's 2nd and 10 now for Carrillo and company. He'll line up under center, 2 backs in the backfield, 2 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side. He's going to hold on to it. He's got trouble. He's got pressure, pitches it out. A great pitch over to Meek, and Meek able to dance his way forward. Picked up and put down hard, though. He'll gain 2 yards on the play. What could have been a very bad ending for the Rebels. Carrillo had pressure. He pitched it to Meek, and Meek able to get some positive yards and makes it about 3rd and 7, but tackled hard at the end of the play.
In the backfield, he's able to get the pitch away to number 8.
So now it's 3rd and 7 for the Rebels. They'll be at their own 32-yard line. Rebels send a lot of wide receivers out. They've got 2 on the far side and 1 in the slot on the far side and then 1 on the near side. And back in the backfield alongside Carrillo, who's in shotgun. He takes the snap. He's going to roll out to the far side. He's got pressure. Cowboys on his tail, and he can't get rid of it. It's a sack. He's pushed out of bounds, about a loss of 9, and that brings up 4th and long. Cowboys stuff the Rebels. Rich will look to punt from their own 30-yard line, own 25-yard line, with just over 10 minutes to go in the town of Randolph third quarter. Rebels trail 21-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Carrillo deep to punt. Way back there for the Cowboys is Luke Browning. And Carrillo's punt is a good punt. Browning will corral it. It's going to bounce in front of him at the 40-yard line. Now he's got some hostiles in front of him. He makes one man miss and then taken down right about his own 44-yard line. So Derek Houston and the Cowboys have good field position to begin their third quarter, their first second-half possession. Cowboys got out to an early 21-0 lead, but stalled and let the Rebels hang around just about too long for the first half, and the Rebels made them pay. They put 6 up with 12 seconds to go in the first half. But here's Houston. He'll have 3 backs in the backfield. 1st and 10 for the Cowboys at their own 45-yard line. Houston under center. Puts a man in motion. He's going to hand it off up the middle to Orino, and once again, Michael Orino is just going to bowling ball and bully his way forward. But the ball came out loose? No, it did not. Bodies went flying around. It's about a gain of 7, though. And now the Cowboys are in rich territory at the rich, about 48.5-yard line. That brings up a 2nd and 4 for Kanab. They're on Rich's half of the field. Houston under center. Once again, that wing tee puts a man in motion, and he's going to put it to Moreno's belly again. A flag went flying before the snap, though, which will make me believe it's going to be on the offense. Illegal shift. That's that illegal shift that even the best football fans have no idea what that means. But one too many men were lined up on the line of scrimmage before a man went in motion. So that brings us back to 2nd down and 2nd and 9 here. For the Cowboys at their own 46-yard line. They went from the rich half of the field to their own half of the field after that penalty. They lead 21-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard with under 9 minutes to go in the town of Randolph third quarter. Here's the snap and the handoff, and it's a double handoff. The ball's loose. It's on the ground. Who's got it? Houston handed it off, and then Carson Bloomquist did another handoff, and it never went to the intended target, I guess you call it, and it's a loss of 2. I've never seen a double handoff like that directly in the backfield. It wasn't like a flip or anything. It's just one belly to another. Ball hits the ground. Kanab lucky to recover it, though. They have a 3rd and 11 from their own 44-yard line. Houston rarely, but now in shotgun, and he's going to call a timeout. He wants to talk things over, and his coach doesn't understand why, but that'll give us a break. It is 21-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard here in the town of Randolph, 3rd quarter. When we come back, 3rd and 11 for the Kanab Cowboys at their own 44-yard line, so don't go anywhere.
Wyoming is unique. When it comes to high school sports, we might travel 6 hours to a game, but when we get there, we know the other team, their parents, and the coaches. Wyoming is like one small town with really long streets. When your travels take you to Evanston, always stay with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Clean, comfortable rooms, a restaurant serving healthy, delicious food, and breakfast is always included. If you're bringing the team or following the team, stay with us every time you're in Evanston. The Best Western Dunmar Inn.
Nothing makes your kid feel like a superstar more than seeing his or her very own Fathead in the stands. Fathead car decals and yard signs are inexpensive and easy to get at Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. Whether it's for the big game or to cheer on the high school band, our children make us proud in so many ways. Show your pride today. Go Rebels! West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street, Evanston.
The Cowboys' 3rd down attempt was no good. It was an incomplete pass. We have an injured Rebel on the field. Can't get a number on him. We'll let you know. Hopefully he's okay, though. Everyone taking a knee at the moment. And I think we're going to step aside. Coach Grohl talking to the injured player. I can't quite get a number on him at the moment. Once I do, I'll let you know. Hopefully he's okay. He's getting up right now, and that injured Rebel is Justin Adams. Adams recovered the fumble earlier, and he'll sit up, and he looks to be okay. But we'll take a quick break here, and when we come back, we'll have a 4th down for the Kanab Cowboys here on mylocalradio.com or on K80Q 98.3 FM.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of almost 6,300 feet and with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that's one reason the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, respect, a love for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Lynn Weston and the town board proudly support the Rich Rebels and hope you'll be able to visit soon and come back often.
In today's world, with so many places to shop and so many options to choose from, sometimes you have to boil it down to one simple question: where do I get treated the best? At Cash Honda Yamaha in Logan, we work hard to make sure every customer knows how much we appreciate them. We love what we do and we believe in the products we sell. Our goal is to build a lasting friendship with every customer so we can serve you and your family for generations. Visit us today, Cash Honda Yamaha, 3765 US 91, Hyde Park, Utah.
Justin Adams able to make his way off the field. Good sign to see that. But we have a 4th down now here for the Kanab Cowboys. They're at their own 44-yard line. And deep for Rich, it appears to be Connor Greer and Trey Walker. In punt formation is the Cowboys. It's a good punt now up in the air. And it'll go out of bounds at the 34-yard line, I'm going to estimate. And that's where Riley Carrillo and his offense will set up shop. They trail 21-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard here in our town of Randolph 3rd quarter. Just a hair under 8 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Rebels making some big defensive stops here. And this was something that Kanab didn't see last week. They had their way with Monticello. They wanted a 1st down. They got a 1st down. But not the story today. The Rich Rebels defense holding strong so far. After that first touchdown, the second offensive play of the game, they really buckled in and dialed in. Here's Riley Carrillo under center. 2 receivers on the near side, 2 backs in the backfield. He's going to hand it off up the middle to Hayden Meek, who's got no real estate in front of him. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 from the Rebels' own 35-yard line. Hayden Meek been the primary running back for the Rebels. He's a senior. Listed at 5'7" and 150 pounds, but he's shifty. He can make a man miss. He's agile. He's an elusive back when he's in open space. Carrillo under center. 2 men behind him, 2 receivers on the far side, 1 on the near side. Takes the snap once again up the middle, and this has got a lot more green grass in front of the back. A huge first down, a comprehensive family dental first down for number 15.
Number 15,
Riker Conk, I beg your pardon. I couldn't find it for a moment. And Conk picks up a comprehensive family dental first down and moves the chains. And the Rebels, 1st and 10 from their own 46-yard line. Carrillo under center. Receiver split out wide, 2 backs in the backfield, man in the slot. Carrillo takes the snap. He's going to give it off to Meek, who puts in motion, and Meek able to gain a yard or 2 as he cuts his way up the middle. About a gain of 1. That brings up 2nd and 9 from the Rebels' 47-yard line. We're approaching the halfway point of the Town of Randolph third quarter. 21-6 still our score. Cowboys over the Rebels on the Station on Main scoreboard. Carrillo will be in shotgun for 2nd and 9. 3 receivers on the far side. It's a high snap. It goes over his head. Loose ball. He'll fall on it. A huge loss, though, for Carrillo. Maintains possession, but they'll back things up about 15 yards. That's going to make for a very difficult 3rd and long. Snap went well over his head. Bounced a couple yards after hitting the turf. And the Rebels making for a roughly 3rd and 19. 3rd and 21, actually. 3rd and long. Let's just put it that way here for Riley Carrillo, the quarterback, and his offense. Carrillo will be in shotgun. 3 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side, and a back in the backfield. Kanab showing some pressure. They'll bring the blitz 2. Carrillo takes the pressure, and he goes down with a sack. Back-to-back loss of yards for the Rebels. And after their defense forced a big stop, the Cowboys answer with a stop of their own, and Carrillo will now get in punt formation. He's the punter and the quarterback. Luke Browning deep for the Cowboys. He stands at his own 40-yard line. Under 5 minutes to go in the Town of Randolph third quarter. The punt is up. It's a bit of a line drive punt. Browning drops it though. He's at his own 35 now, corrals it, and he's on the far side, cutting across the 40 to the 45 to the 50. Makes one man miss, and here he goes across the 40 and taken down with a shoestring tackle at the Rebels' 36-yard line, giving Derek Houston and the Cowboys great offensive field position. Browning, the victim of a lot of high fives from his teammates. After dropping the ball, he's able to get to the outside corner, make a man miss, cut inside, and now the Cowboys will take over and start at the Rich Rebels 36-yard line. Houston, the quarterback for the Cowboys. He'll start under center, 3 backs in the backfield. We have a whistle, though. Timeout taken by the Rich Rebels. And with that timeout, we'll take a timeout of our own. Don't go anywhere, folks. It's 21-6, Cowboys over the Rebels on the Station on Main scoreboard in the Town of Randolph, third quarter.
2 roads diverged in a wood, and I had just purchased new tires at Plains Tire in Evanston. The trained tire technicians at Plains Tire expertly mounted, balanced, and aligned my new tires, so I was feeling good. While I was there, they changed my oil, checked my brakes, fixed my AC, and made sure my shocks were in tip-top shape. And with their lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations, I was ready to roll. So, thanks to Plains Tire, when 2 roads diverged in a wood, I took the one less travel. Plains Tire, 157 Fair River Drive, Evanston.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Here is 1st and 10 for the Cowboys at the Rebels' 36-yard line. It's a hand up the middle of the field and a lot of green grass and more. And falling forward is Carson Bloomquist for a first down. That's a comprehensive family dental first down. The Cowboys now 1st and 10 at the Rebels' 25-yard line. Rich Rebels looking to make a big stop here, keep this a 2-possession game with the whole 4th quarter and more ahead of them. But they need to stop the Cowboys here to do that. Here's 1st and 10 from the Rebels' 25-yard line. Houston puts Blomquist in motion, hands it off to him on the end around. He gets the corner. He's got 5, 6, 7, 8 yards and more and falls close to a first down along the sideline. It'll be about a gain of 9 when it's all said and done and puts the Cowboys at the Rebels' 16-yard line, give or say. .320 and counting in the town of Randolph, 3rd quarter. We appreciate you, wherever you are, making Rebel football a part of your Friday night. Here's the 2nd down and 2 now for the Cowboys. Houston under center, awaits the snap, 3 backs in the backfield, puts a man in motion. He hands off to Bloomquist, who gets forward for the first down. That will bring us close to a 1st and goal. No, it'll be 1st and 10 from about the 12-yard line of the Rebels. Getting close to our 4th quarter, brought to you by Bear Lake Realty. Rebel defense really needs to stand strong here, keep it a 2-possession game, and give their offense a chance to bring themselves back into it. They've looked good tonight, though. The defensive side really has. They've held their weight against a very strong Cowboy offense. Here's 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. Another handoff to Bloomquist, who is taken down. About a gain of 2. Excellent tackle by the Rebel defense. We're getting close to that 4th quarter. Just over 2 minutes to go in the town of Randolph 3rd quarter. The Station on Main scoreboard reads 21-6. Cowboys over the Rebels. It is now 2nd and 8 from the Rich 10-yard line. Here's Houston under center, 3 backs in the backfield, a receiver on the near side. Looked like someone might have gone early. It's a fake handoff and up the middle, and it fooled everyone. And it's a touchdown for the Cowboys. Michael Orino gets the handoff, and the Rebels didn't see it coming. He went up the middle, and that's a Cowboys touchdown. Orino gets his 2nd of the day. Runs the score up to 27-6 in favor of the Cowboys on the Station on Main scoreboard. Myself included was a little fooled on that play. Before you know it, Orino was celebrating his touchdown. He went right up the middle, hiding in plain sight. And now for the PAT attempt, it's Saxton Unsworth.
Unsworth to try the point after.
Make it a 28-6 game. The kick is up, and it's right down the middle. 28-6 here with 1:48 to go in the town of Randolph 3rd quarter. Rebels trail the Cowboys on the Station on Main scoreboard. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
two roads diverged in a wood, and I had just purchased new tires at Plains Tire in Evanston. The trained tire technicians at Plains Tire expertly mounted, balanced, and aligned my new tires, so I was feeling good. While I was there, they changed my oil, checked my brakes, fixed my AC, and made sure my shocks were in tip-top shape. And with their lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations, I was ready to roll. So, thanks to Plains Tire, when two roads diverged in a wood, I took the one less traveled. Plains Tire, 157 Fair River Drive, Evanston.
Signage is a critical part of your business. It helps customers find your front door. Rocky Mountain Sign will provide you with expertly designed signs, LEDs, channel letters, as well as skillfully cut signage using wood, metal, plastic, and other mediums to help your customers find you with high-quality signage. Using the best technology, designs, and installation by Rocky Mountain Sign. Your signage says a lot about your business. Work with the professionals at Rocky Mountain Sign, 243 7th Street in Evanston, Wyoming.
Welcome back here. It's a 2nd and 10 attempt now. 2nd and 10 for the Rebels. Carrillo in shotgun. 3 receivers on the far side. He'll hand it off. He's going to hold on to it. It's a fake, and he's got a lot of pressure, and he's thrown down. Oh, a big sack. And the Cowboys push this offense way back. That'll make it for a 3rd and long. Couple big losses for the Rebels on their recent offensive plays. That's the 2nd sack in the last 2 series. Rebels really need a big play here as we approach the end of the Town of Randolph 3rd quarter and move into the Bear Lake Realty 4th quarter. Carrillo in shotgun, 2 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side. He's going to roll out to the near side, launches, looking over the middle, looking for Greer again. Over his head, Greer went to the ground. Rebels want pass interference. They're not going to get it. It may have been a bit uncatchable, is what the referee could be telling head coach Justin Grohl. But Carrillo was looking for Greer, and right now Hayden Meek is on the floor, and he's shaking up. He's going to need some help. Referee calls time for him, and we'll take time out as ourselves. There's 1 second remaining in the Town of Randolph 3rd quarter. Rebels, when we come back, will have a 4th and 15 from their own 23-yard line. Don't go anywhere. More Rebel football coming your way in just a few moments.
Randolph, Utah is a town of extremes. At an elevation of almost 6,300 feet and with temperatures over 90 in the summer and often 40 below in the winter, the folks who call Randolph home have to be a hardy crew. Maybe that's one reason the simple things in life mean so much to Rich County. Residents value hard work, education, respect, a love for God, family, and country, and being a good neighbor. Mayor Lynn Weston and the town board proudly support the Rich Rebels and hope you'll be able to visit soon and come back often.
In today's world, with so many places to shop and so many options to choose from, sometimes you have to boil it down to one simple question: where do I get treated the best? At Cash Honda Yamaha in Logan, we work hard to make sure every customer knows how much we appreciate them. We love what we do and we believe in the products we sell. Our goal is to build a lasting friendship with every customer so we can serve you and your family for generations. Visit us today, Cash Honda Yamaha, 3765 US 91, Hyde Park, Utah.
Hayden Meek, the injured Rebel, but able to jog off the sideline under his own power. Always a good sign to see. Here is our 4th and 15 now for the Rebels. They're in punt formation from their own 26-yard line with 1 second to go in the Town of Randolph third quarter. And the punt is up, nearly blocked, and Luke Browning will let it go over his head. It bounces to their own 30 or 28-yard line. Now he takes it, dances across the 30, over the 35 to the 40, makes one man miss, and then pummeled. Ball came loose at the end, too, but recovered by the Cowboys, who will start offense on their own 36-yard line when we return for the Bear Lake Realty fourth quarter. The Town of Randolph, third quarter comes to a close, and the Station on Main scoreboard reads 28-6, Cowboys ahead. Don't go anywhere. We've got more Rebel football coming your way.
If the idea of owning your own home in beautiful Bear Lake sounds like more than your finances can handle, visit the experts at Bear Lake Realty to learn how you can make it happen. Gary and Amber McKee at Bear Lake Realty can show you how to buy a home and rent it out, so it pays for itself while you enjoy it some of the time as well. And soon, you'll have your own place in the Caribbean of the Rockies. No one knows the market better, and no one else serves you better than Bear Lake Realty.
When you think about Bear Lake, think family, fun, fishing, beaches, boats, green, and great food. Think water, wildlife, trails and shakes, snow, scenery, and sun. Think summer. Go to bearlake.org and plan your visit today. Visit Scenic Idaho.
It is the Bear Lake Realty fourth quarter here in Kanab, Utah. Rebels trail on the Station on Main scoreboard 28-6. Here's Derek Houston with a 1st and 10 from his own 36-yard line. He'll hand it off to McQuiverly, who goes along the outside, picks up a 1st down and more across the 45 of the Rebels to the 40. Now to the Rebels 35 into the 30 and pushed out of bounds. A huge gain for McQuiverly, a 25-yard gain. And now it looks like the Cowboys want to put the exclamation point on this potential win. They're at the Rebels' 30-yard line. We'll have a lot of great stuff in store for you after the game, but we got plenty of time here in the Bear Lake Realty fourth quarter. Just under 12 minutes after the first play of the fourth quarter. Here's the Cowboys with the 1st down at the Rebels' 30-yard line. Houston breaks the huddle. He sends one receiver to the far side, 3 backs in the backfield. Rebels defense stack in the box. Handoff will go up the middle to Warino, another fake, and he will fall forward like he always does for another 6-yard gain. He's been consistent all night for those. He's a tough guy to bring down. Rebels have done a good job defensively tonight with the task ahead of them. This is a strong Kanab team that rolled over Monticello 70-0 last week, but the Rebels standing strong right now. 28-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Here is 2nd and 5 from the Rebels' 25-yard line. Houston under center, awaiting the snap. Drops back to pass. Looking for a fade to the end of the end zone, and it is caught for a touchdown. Oh, it's punched out at the last second. What a defensive play. Are you serious? Wow! The Cowboys began celebrating, and a huge defensive play there by Max Perry pushes the ball out of the arms of Saxon Unsworth, who had a good read on the ball, and Max Perry with a great defensive play to prevent a touchdown. Cowboys fans and sideline began celebrating, and Max Perry said, "Not too quickly, people." Here's 3rd and 5 now from the Rebels' 25-yard line. Houston hands it off, and it's McQuively along the outside. He'll pick up first down and more, and he's going towards the end zone, and he will get into the end zone. He cuts his way, weaves his way through the Rebel defense, and it's a touchdown for the Kanab Cowboys. They lead 34-6 now on the Station on Main scoreboard. After a great play by Max Perry to break up a touchdown throw, Kanab punches it in the next play with a 25-yard touchdown rush. And 10:48 to go in the Bear Lake Realty fourth quarter. Saxon Unsworth will attempt a PAT, and then we will have our Bear Lake Physical Therapy kickoff. It was close game at halftime, 21-6. Rebels scored right before the end of the half, and that kick is sky high and barely floats its way across. Unsworth, able to get the extra point, and it's 35-6. Cowboys over the Rebels. The Station on Main scoreboard. We'll be right back for our Bear Lake Realty fourth quarter. Don't go anywhere.
Whether you're looking for gravel, sand, topsoil, rock, or other materials for your excavation or landscaping project, trust the experienced, knowledgeable team at J-Bar Excavation, specializing in sale and delivery of the materials you need to finish your project. J-Bar Excavation in Randolph, Utah has the team, the tools, and the plan to help you create exactly what you're looking for. J-Bar does quality work that fits your schedule and your budget. Call J-Bar Excavation today, 435-793-5855.
America keeps moving, and Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to help you keep rolling. Whether you need a brand new vehicle or service on one you already own, Auto Farm Chevrolet is here to lend a helping hand. Our certified mechanics are knowledgeable, and our sales team takes the time to get to know you and what your needs are. Stop in today, Auto Farm Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. Evanston's community-driven dealer.
We have our Bear Lake Physical Therapy kickoff here, brought to you by, kicking off with Saxon Unsworth, and deep for the Rebels, Trey Walker and Connor Greer. Unsworth to kick to restart the game. It's 35-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Rebels trailing the Cowboys of Kanab. 10:48 to go in the Bear Lake Realty fourth quarter. And here's the kick to restart the game. It's a pooch kick, and it is going to drop down at the 20-yard line, and Greer able to get a hold of it, and then he's taken down immediately. Rebels get 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line.
By number 23, Jason Snodderly.
Snodderly on the tackle.
At the 25-yard line.
And Riley Carrillo and the offense have about 10.5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Just could not make the most of some good stops by the defense. And this Kanab team makes you pay for it. They can put points up in a hurry. Here's Carrillo in shotgun. He's going to have one receiver on the near side, 3 on the far side. He'll hold on it for the QB draw. He goes up the middle. And it looked like he got taken down by his face mask, or close to it at least. Nevertheless, though, no call is made, and it's a gain of 1. Second and, or no gain. 2nd and 9. We have a timeout by Rich. Yep, the Rebels are going to take a timeout. That is their 2nd timeout of the half. So we'll take a timeout of our own. We'll be right back here in the Bear Lake Realty fourth quarter. Don't go anywhere. We appreciate you tagging along here in Kanab for for the Rebels football game here on Rebel Radio, KADQ 98.3 FM or mylocalradio.com.
Two roads diverged in a wood, and I had just purchased new tires at Plains Tire in Evanston. The trained tire technicians at Plains Tire expertly mounted, balanced, and aligned my new tires, so I was feeling good. While I was there, they changed my oil, checked my brakes, fixed my AC, and made sure my shocks were in tip-top shape. And with their lifetime alignment checks and tire rotations, I was ready to roll. So, thanks to Plains Tire, when two roads diverged in a wood, I took the one less travel. Plains Tire, 157 Fair River Drive, Evanston.
Here is 2nd and 9 for the Rebels at their own 25-yard line. Down 35-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Carrillo in shotgun. Drops back to pass. He's got some pressure. Rolls out. Avoids the first wave. And he's able to get it away. Was that pass complete? No, incomplete. Intended for Jaden Grohl. But Grohl only able to meet that ball as it met the turf, and it's going to bring up 3rd and long, 3rd and 9 now from the Rebels' 25-yard line. 10:20 to go. 10:20 to go here in the Bear Lake Realty fourth quarter. We'll have our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap after this game, so stick around for that. I had a wonderful Jimmy John sandwich today on the drive down. A lot of Rebels fans made the drive down today to support their boys. Here's Carrillo in shotgun with 3rd and long. He's facing a lot of pressure, and he goes down. Another sack for Carrillo. And the Rebels have 4th and 15 now from their own 20-yard line. Offensively, they were in a groove, it seemed like, in the first half, but as the game has gone on, this Cowboy defense has gotten to Carrillo quicker and quicker. So Luke Browning is deep for Kanab. He stands at his own 45-yard line. Carrillo in punt formation. The punt is up. It's going to be a short punt, though. It's going to land at about the Cowboys, the Rich 41-yard line, and that's where Kanab will take over. However, a flag did fly in. We'll see what this call is. So far, it's been Kanab committing just about all the penalties. Rich has played a clean game so far. We'll see what this call is. Our referee turns his mic on, and we'll find out. And another penalty on Kanab, so the Rebels catch a bit of a break and move the ball from their half the field. Nope, still in their half the field. It'll be at the Rich Rebels 48-yard line. That's where Derek Houston and the Cowboys will take over. Houston in shotgun. 2 receivers on the far side. 2 backs in the backfield at the Rebels' 48-yard line. 1st and 10. Snap goes to Houston. He goes right up the middle. And good blocking in front of him. Lets him pick up the first down. He falls over the 39-yard line of Rich. And just shy of a first down, actually. So that brings up about 2nd and inches, really. Kanab at Rich's 38-yard line. Just over 9 minutes to go in the Bear Lake Realty fourth quarter. Rebels down 35-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard against the Kanab Cowboys. Houston in shotgun once again. Rebels showing pressure, stacking the box, ready for what's to come. And it's going to be another quarterback draw. He goes up the middle, and he's got a lot of room, and he gets another big first down. He goes all the way to the Rebels' 28-yard line, about a gain of 10. And a first down for the Cowboys. Hayden Meek in on the stop for Rich. Meek has had a fantastic game on offense and making some tackles on defense too.
From the 28-yard line.
Cowboys have 1st and 10 from Rich's 28-yard line. Houston under center, takes the snap, he hands it up right off the middle, and that's Travis Stewart, who goes forward for about 5 yards. He followed his lead blocker, the center, Bradley Haycock. And we have an injured Rebel on the field. It's Riker Conk. But he gets up actually under his own control, and he's going to jog off to the sideline. That's always a good sight to see. In to replace him is Brennan Argyle. Brennan fills in for Conk at the linebacker position. Here's 2nd and 6 from the Rebels' 25-yard line. Houston takes the snap, hands it off. McQuively along the outside. He's got a lot of green grass, and there's nothing but an end zone in front of him. And another touchdown for the Cowboys. Ball popped out, it looks like at the end, but a touchdown for Kanab. Pregame McQuively moves the score to 41-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Under 8 minutes to go in the Bear Lake Realty fourth quarter. He punches it in for a 25-yard touchdown run. This one seems to be over for Rich now. 21-6 at the half, but the offense just stalled too much in the second half, and Kanab will make you pay for it with their lethal offense. To take the extra point, it's Saxton Unsworth.
McQuivey to hold for Unsworth's point after attempt.
And here's the kick, and it's up, and it's good. 42-6, the score reads on the Station on Main scoreboard. 7:50 to go in the Bear Lake Realty fourth quarter. I'm Matthew Peterson, happy to have you along with me tonight on what started off to be a very hot evening here in Kanab, but has cooled off and really good football temperature for the athletes on the field right now. We'll take a quick break and we'll come back, and it'll be the Bear Lake Physical Therapy Kickoff here at Kanab.
Whether you're kicking up dust in the hills, making waves down on the lake, or taking advantage of the world's greatest powder, don't just hope to have fun. Take that sled by the handlebars and make your time at Bear Lake epic. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at beautiful Bear Lake. From watercraft large and small to UTVs, sleds, and more, Epic Recreation has it all to go on-road, off-road, or out on the Caribbean blue water. Book your adventure at epicrecreation.net.
We know that when you think of Plains Tire in Evanston, you always think
The Tire Professionals.
Quality customer service. They're friendly with great prices.
I really like Plains Tire in Evanston.
But did you also know that the team at Plains Tire offers oil changes, windshield wiper checks, and free alignment checks? That's right, free alignment checks. We don't want you to quit thinking all those great things when you hear Plains Tire. We just want you to add to the list. Plains Tire, the tire professionals. Stop in today, 157 Bear River Drive.
And here's the kick. It's a line drive kick. Corralled by Greer at his own 10-yard line, crosses the 20, and that's where he goes down. And that's where the Rich Rebels will start play. 42-6. Our score on the Station on Main scoreboard. 7:18 to go in the Bear Lake Realty fourth quarter. And with that last touchdown, now that Kanab leads by 35 or more points, we're going to have a running clock for the remainder of the game.
They just put their hot dogs and their churros on sale for half price. So go on down and visit the girls at the grub box before you head home. And
The Rebels will have a home game next Friday against Bear Lake, so be sure to come to that or tune in if you're unable to. Here's Carrillo with the pitch up the middle. That goes forward for about 3 yards. Under 7 minutes now to go in the game. Rebels had a lot of great offensive plays. Connor Greer and Riley Carrillo with an excellent play, a connection, a nearly 45-yard reception to end the first half, and then a 1-yard QB sneak by Carrillo. Here's Carrillo under center with two backs in the backfield. Takes the snap, hands it off to Meek up the middle, and he is pushed back. About no gain on the play, maybe a loss of 1, which brings us to 3rd and 8 from the Rebels' 23-yard line.
Folks, I'd like to remind you that if
We're getting close to 6 minutes to go in the Bear Lake Realty fourth quarter. We want to thank all of our sponsors tonight, from our pregame show with Auto Farm Chevrolet, J-Bar Excavation, Mound Valley Cattle Company. Just so many who make this broadcast possible. We appreciate you, and we thank you for all you do for us here at My Local Radio. Now Carrillo with 3rd and 7 under center. Takes the snap, and he's going to hold on to it himself, it looks like, and he makes a couple defenders miss, and he might get the first down. He does. What a bit of trickery from Riley Carrillo. The Kanab defense thought it went up the middle, and Carrillo just bounces it to the outside, and we have a comprehensive family dental first down. Approaching 5 minutes to go in the game. The Rebels will try and get some points on the board here in the second half. They got 6 in the first, and that's where we stand at the Station on Main scoreboard, 42-6 in favor of the Kanab Cowboys. Carrillo in shotgun, takes the snap. He'll hold on to it. Throws a little swing pass over to Grohl, and Jaden Grohl is not going to go anywhere with it. He stopped at his own 32-yard line. Maybe a gain of 1, which will bring us to 2nd and 9. And they'll say no gain on the play. 2nd and 9 from the Rebels' 33-yard line. Under 5 minutes to go in the game. Carrillo with 2 receivers on the far side, 1 on the near side. He'll line up under center with 2 backs in the backfield. Takes the snap. He'll hand it up to Meek up the middle. No, he holds on to it. Another fake. And he goes forward for about a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6. 3rd and 5. And the Rebel offense gaining some traction offensively right now, but a little too late here. They're at their own 36-yard line. This drive started back at the 20. Here is Carrillo breaking the huddle. 2 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side, 2 backs in the backfield. Takes the snap, gives it up the middle to Meek, who is going to muster his way. Riker Conk, I beg your pardon. And he'll be just short. No, they're going to give him a comprehensive family dental first down. Pair of first downs here, or a couple, for the Rebels. Just over 3 minutes to go in the game here in the Bear Lake Realty fourth quarter. Rebels down 42-6 on the Station on Main scoreboard. Carrillo will be in shotgun. 3 receivers on the far side, 1 on the near side. He's got Meek on his hip, and he throws a wide receiver screen pass, which will go for about 3 yards. Catching that screen pass for the Rebels was Trey Walker. Walker exits the game. He looks a little shaken up. That brings up 2nd and 7. Rebels at their own 45-yard line. Under 2.5 to play in the game. 3 receivers on the near side this time for the Rebels. 1 on the far side, Carrillo in shotgun. Takes the snap, drops back, and rolls out to the near side. Faces pressure, so reverses his course. And now he's got a lot of pressure, and he'll go forward for about a loss of 1 on the play. Bringing us to 3rd and 8 from the Rebels' 44-yard line. Blomquist in on the tackle. He had a couple of good runs for Kanab today. He's a big part of that 42 offensive points. And the Rebels face the long 3rd down here. 3rd and 8 from their own 44-yard line. Like I mentioned, they will return home next week and play Bear Lake. It's a 4 p.m. kickoff, pregame show at 3:15. Hope you can join us then. Or even better yet, attend the game, and hopefully we get to see a Rebels victory. They've lost their last 9 in a row, and this would move it to 10. Minute 20 and counting to go in the fourth quarter. Here's 3rd and 8 from the Rebels' own 45-yard line. It's a shotgun snap to Carrillo, looking for Greer, and the two are not on the same page, and it's intercepted. Making the interception is Noah McCorvey. Greer did not realize or did not do the go route, and that's what Carrillo threw, and it's an interception and a big turnover. That will essentially end the game here for the Rebels, as the Cowboys can take a couple knees and they will move into week 3, or week 2, I should say. They played in week 0, 2-0, and the Rebels will fall to 1-0. We got a lot of good things in store for you, though, after the game, so don't go anywhere. We'll have our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap, our post-game show. Here is the snap here, and a big stop, a big tackle, I should say.
Ball's carried by number 7, Carson Blomquist.
And that will bring up 2nd and 8. We'll get another play in, and the Rebels will go into week 2 down, or 0-1 in the record department. We also have our Epic Recreation post-game show, and hopefully we can get Coach Justin Grohl up here for our Stacy's Repair post-game diagnostics. And they're going to take a knee, and that will do it for us here in Kanab. Your final score on the Station on Main scoreboard, 42 for the Cowboys, 6 for the Rebels. Not the result the Rich Rebels wanted in their first game of the season, but a tough task ahead of them. Don't go anywhere. We got a lot of good stuff in store for us here for our post-game show. We'll be right back for our Epic Recreation post-game show from Kanab.
Whether you need a big bite to eat, a tasty snack, or a sweet treat, the Crawford Trough in Randolph has it all to satisfy your cravings. From tasty burgers and wraps, patty melts and perfect pitas to fresh salads, home-cut fries, crispy onion rings, and of course, that silky smooth ice cream. The Crawford Trough can feed your hunger and then some. And if you haven't tried one of the Trough's mixed sodas, your taste buds don't know what they're missing. Stop in today at the place to eat and drink, the Crawford Trough at 120 South Main, Randolph.
Whether it's for your home, your ranch, your equipment, or your business, when you need propane, count on the best. T7 Propane in Woodruff. The safe and professional team at T7 Propane offers quality product and the most responsive propane service in the area, so you can enjoy the affordability, reliability, and efficiency of propane. For heating, cooking, grilling, motor fuel, and more, count on the team at T7 for your personal or business propane needs. 435-793-4208.
Welcome to the Epic Recreation post-game show. We'll have our Freaky Fast Jimmy John's recap. This game got started quickly for Kanab. They scored on their second offensive play thanks to a 45-yard touchdown rush on the feet, off the feet of Carson Bloomquist. And then after that, they poured on 2 more touchdowns. Derek Houston connecting with his wideout, Kason Janes, and then a Michael Warino touchdown in between, all before halftime, though. But the Rich Rebels, they got the last word in for the first half. They were able to strike thanks to a 45-yard reception between Riley Carrillo and Jason Gear. And then after that, it was a 1-yard touchdown plunge, a QB sneak with 12 seconds to go in the first half. So the Rebels went into the half down 21-6, and the second half got kind of ugly for the Rebels. It was a bit of a beatdown from the Cowboys' end. They finished the scoring with 42 points to the Rebels 6, and that's our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. We always appreciate what Jimmy John's does for us. He helped us out with a 6-hour drive by giving us some sandwiches, and I got my favorite BLT. So check out Jimmy John's on Front Street in Evanston. They'll give you a great sandwich every single time. We may or may not see Coach Justin Grohl. They've got a 6-hour bus ride. It's 9:30 here. It wouldn't be too upsetting if you could not join us for the Stacy's Repair Diagnostics Report and break down this game. We'll see if he's able to make his way up here or not. Nevertheless, though, a tough game for the Rebels. It's not the result they wanted here on the Epic Recreation post-game show. But they did have a good first half, and I think they surprised the Kanab Cowboys. We thought this may be a team they can roll over a little more, but the defense really came to play. They had a turnover, a fumble recovery by Justin Adams. And then the Rebels offense just couldn't quite capitalize on those stops that the defense was able to make in the first half. And like our keys to the game pointed out, this is a good Kanab team that will make you pay. And if you don't make the most of every opportunity you get, you're not going to go very far against them. That's our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. We're going to take a quick break here, and we'll talk about the Stacy's Diagnostics Report, and we'll talk about what's ahead for the Rich Rebels. So don't go anywhere here on 98.3 FM K80Q and mylocalradio.com.
Whether it's for your home, your ranch, your equipment, or your business, when you need propane, count on the best. T7 Propane in Woodruff. The safe and professional team at T7 Propane offers quality product and the most responsive propane service in the area, so you can enjoy the affordability, reliability, and efficiency of propane. For heating, cooking, grilling, motor fuel, and more, count on the team at T7 for your personal or business propane needs. 435-793-4208.
This presentation of Rich High School Athletics on mylocalradio.com is brought to you by these Rebel Sports Boosters, the Wilson Ranch in Randolph. Good luck, Rebels, from Dale, Kim, Kyler, and Casey. Remember, the harder you work, the more good luck you'll have. And by Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply, a custom shop specializing in leather and wood goods, with a farm feed and supply store to boot. Proudly supporting the Rich Rebels, the Argyle Ranch Saddle and Boot, Feed and Supply Store.
Welcome back to the Epic Recreation post-game show. Epic Recreation, make your vacation an epic one to remember. Visit epicrecreation.net or find them on Facebook for all of your rentals in Bear Lake. Epic Recreation, we had our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Jimmy John's at 113 Front Street in Evanston, where fresh and fast meat, that's Jimmy John's, slicing all natural meats and fresh produce for your 30-second sandwich, once again, at 113 Front Street in Evanston. Welcome you back to the Epic Recreation post-game show. Our final score on the Station on Main scoreboard, 42-6. And the Rich Rebels, they got out of here quickly. They've got a long, long drive ahead of them, as do we. 6 hours plus back towards the Rebel Kingdom in northeast Utah. Our Stacy's Diagnostics Report. We'll break this one down without Coach Grohl, and I think he'd share a lot of similar attitudes that I have of just got to make the most of the opportunities given to you when you come to a tough opponent like Kanab on the road. It's difficult enough to steal road wins against tough teams like this, especially very big, fast. They got a lot of numbers here in Kanab. The odds are a bit stacked against them from the start, but Rich really hung in there in the first half. I thought they did a great job of making Kanab work for everything. They did not give much out after that first touchdown on the second play of the game. It was a really close game in a lot of ways. Maybe the score didn't show it, but between the lines, it definitely felt like that. We wish we could have Coach Grohl on our Stacy's Repair post-game diagnostics report. And we'll talk about some of the highlights in that one being our precision play of the game, thanks to Dr. McKay Frankham. And that was the quarterback, Riley Carrillo, connecting with his wideout, Justin Greer, for a huge 45-yard play right before the end of the first half, and really helped put the Rich Rebels on the board after a 1-yard QB sneak by Carrillo. And it was just an excellent throw and better catch and great run afterwards. Greer went up, snagged the ball from the jaws of the defender, took it, and then turned around and was tackled just before the end zone. So that is our precision play of the game by Dr. McKay Frankham. And our Stacy's Repair post-game diagnostic show. We appreciate we appreciate Coach Grohl coming on hopefully next week, a home game, and hopefully a victory as well. So once again, Stacy's Repair post-game diagnostics. When you need a repair, take it to the ones who truly care. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff. We'll be right back here with more of the Epic Recreation post-game show.
Is it time to stop wishing for your dream home in beautiful Bear Lake? If you're ready to make your dream a reality, Bear Lake Realty can help with residential and land listings, including vacation properties, timeshares, cabins, condos, beachfront, lake view, and more. Bear Lake Realty has what you're looking for. And with more than 30 years of real estate experience in the area, you know you're working with the best. Visit bearlakerealty.com and come and enjoy the Caribbean of the Rockies with us.
You rely on your vehicle every day. Make sure your ride gets the best service, repairs, and maintenance possible. Stacy's Repair in Woodruff provides the highest quality, the latest technology, and the newest equipment to give your vehicle the absolute best auto care available. Family owned and operated since 1992, your friends at Stacy's Repair promise to always deliver value and outstanding, honest, and knowledgeable service, regardless of repair size or difficulty. Stacy's Repair, the ones who truly care.
Hoover Chiropractic. Dr. Todd Hoover can help you with anything from allergies to migraines. Dr. Hoover also does x-rays and blood work at a reasonable price. Hoover Chiropractic, 545 Cheyenne Drive, Evanston. Be sure to check him out if you have any issues. He really can do everything, Dr. Hoover. And we are still here on our Stacy's Diagnostics Report, and we'll move to the rest of our Epic Recreation post-game. Also, I want to thank Freeway Tire for their support. It's your one-stop on-the-spot auto service headquarters. Freeway Tire, 217 Bear River Drive. That's Freeway Tire. It's your one-stop on-the-spot auto service headquarters. We're going to talk about our Rebel Sports Update. We got some volleyball games ahead of us. The Lady Rebels get started this upcoming Thursday in Duchesne. We'll talk to you about that and more around the Rebel Sports world. And we'll wrap up here in Kanab. Once again, the final score on the Station on Main scoreboard, 42-6. Rebels fall to the Cowboys. Don't go anywhere.
Whether you're looking for gravel, sand, topsoil, rock, or other materials for your excavation or landscaping project, trust the experienced, knowledgeable team at J-Bar Excavation, specializing in sale and delivery of the materials you need to finish your project. J-Bar Excavation in Randolph, Utah has the team, the tools, and the plan to help you create exactly what you're looking for. J-Bar does quality work that fits your schedule and your budget. Call J-Bar Excavation today, 435-793-5855.
Whatever takes you to Evanston, whether it's high school sports, a teaching conference, music festivals, speech and debate, or your job, always book your hotel reservations at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. With 165 ground-level rooms on 10 acres, the Best Western offers everything you need, including newly renovated rooms, a business office, workout room, outdoor pool, and full-service restaurant, plus complimentary breakfast with every stay. Whenever you're in Evanston, make your hotel reservations with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn.
We welcome you back to our Epic Recreation post-game show. Your final score on the Station on Main scoreboard, 42-6 in favor of the Kanab Cowboys. They improved to 2-0 while the Rebels fall to 0-1. And we'll talk about here, we got a lot of good things coming up on the Rebel Sports calendar. We got some volleyball like I mentioned and a football game next Friday, of course, against Bear Lake. We're going to get to all that and talk about more, and then we'll sign off from Kanab. So we'll be right back here after this break, brought to you by Western Ag Credit.
Whether you're looking for gravel, sand, topsoil, rock, or other materials for your excavation or landscaping project, trust the experienced, knowledgeable team at J-Bar Excavation, specializing in sale and delivery of the materials you need to finish your project. J-Bar Excavation in Randolph, Utah has the team, the tools, and the plan to help you create exactly what you're looking for. J-Bar does quality work that fits your schedule and your budget. Call J-Bar Excavation today, 435-793-5855.
Whatever takes you to Evanston, whether it's high school sports, a teaching conference, music festivals, speech and debate, or your job, always book your hotel reservations at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. With 165 ground-level rooms on 10 acres, the Best Western offers everything you need, including newly renovated rooms, a business office, workout room, outdoor pool, and full-service restaurant, plus complimentary breakfast with every stay. Whenever you're in Evanston, make your hotel reservations with your friends at the Best Western Dunmar Inn.
Welcome back to the Postgame Epic Recreation Postgame Show. And let's look ahead here. We've got a Rich volleyball game versus Duchesne, at Duchesne, I should say, though, at 6:30. That's next week. And then the next day, Rich High School football gets underway against Bear Lake, a home game at 4 p.m. And then the next day, the Rich High School volleyball team will play in a tournament at Star Valley. They'll have a game at 9 a.m. and actually just got schedule changed 9 and noon. So ignore that 3 p.m. It's 9 and noon next Saturday, or August 29th, I should say. So we got a lot of great things coming your way here up ahead for Rich. Well, for my cameraman, Elon Olive, and my producer, Alyssa McDaniels, I'm Matthew Peterson signing off from Kanab, where the Rebels fall 42-6 to the Cowboys. Once again, we appreciate you joining us here in Kanab and making us a part of your Friday night on KADQ 98.3 FM and mylocalradio.com. And a big thank you to all of our sponsors who make today's broadcast. We could not do it without you. So go support our sponsors in Evanston and Rich and the surrounding areas. Your final score, 42-6, Cowboys over the Rebels. Good night, Rich.
Thank you for joining us for another Rich Rebel sporting event on KADQ 98.3 or our live stream on mylocalradio.com. Today's broadcast was brought to you by our amazing sponsors. Rebel Football is brought to you by Evanston Regional Hospital, Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley, the Come On In Casper, Plains Tire, Hoover Regional Chiropractic, the Best Western Dunmar Inn and Legal Tender, Freeway Tire, Auto Farm Chevrolet, Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau. The proceeding has been a fully owned production of Old West Media and Cook Brothers Broadcasting. No portion can be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the aforementioned rights owner.